उनका मैप
DRX
लग तो रहा है।
मेरे को भी लग रहा है DRX उनका ही मैप है ना।
क्या पता ये DRX 3-0 करके गया तो ऐसे ही खेलेंगे तो हो सकता है।
भाई आरबी बहुत ज्यादा फॉर्म में।
आपका अभी आई थिंक DRX भी अभी आएगा ना टपाटप देने।
I don't need any luck. I just need
deals with
the
guy
close
na.
map. That's really what I need.
Eclair.
And PRX, they've been
इसके ऊपर ऑलरेडी पता है क्या हमें कुछ कौन किसको फेस करने वाला है,
delicious meal.
क्या सीड आएगा तो
Once again,
फर्स्ट सेकंड सीड पे कुछ है क्या?
combined, but
हाँ
ascent. This is a major
तुम दोबारा
change-up
बोलना।
that we
तो फर्स्ट सीड आएगा वो प्लेऑफ में जाएगा डायरेक्ट, जो सेकंड थर्ड सीड है वो ग्रुप स्टेज खेलेंगे।
अच्छा ऐसा रखा है। ओ
Preparation meets opportunity, right? Is what luck is. Is this going to be that moment here for PRX where this preparation and this moment here are going to be able to take a map off of DRX, be able to force us to at least a map number 4.
यार आरबी को किल जाए दे दिया। अबे कौन चिल्ला रहा है?
Because I can really hear the DRX team has a megaphone that they are using to start chants, and it is very, very loud. But I mean, I really like what this is talking about, that you can use the walls here between the Viper and the Harbor to really give Reyna a lot more freedom of movement. You know, not only does she have some to begin with the dismisses, but you're able to then maybe back her up with some of those walls. So my concern here for PRX is, you know, how much preparation.
इतना लेट स्ट्रीम क्यों? अरे मैं मेरा पासवर्ड भूल गया था गूगल का, यूट्यूब का।
साला पानी की बोतल में कुछ भर रहा था।
Shutting down those utility combos to kind of keep this attempted formation that PRX has put into play in check.
well, a complete swap here. Of course, as the map started, Mako going to be spotted, goes ahead, peels back away, B side completely left open.
ये कौन सा सीन है बे?
That's exactly where
भाई
PRX
उसको लग रहा है एमएन है।
It's going to end up being a full 5-man retake now. Really shifting all of A, working their way towards B.
अबे ये बढ़िया है ना रे एक्चुअली।
स्पॉट नहीं हुआ करके।
एजे का ये भी मिस होता है।
Completely convinced DRX that this was going to be an A hit, and instead it is going to be
डबल आवाज आ रहा है।
the B side. Mako going to be really pivotal in this round. Him and Buzz
अभी
can win those duels on the edges. They've got a real good shot.
अभी सही है क्या?
Mind Freak is pretty much everything for them here to maintain market control, and I say counter swing. He's just going to start things off nicely. A dink cross onto stacks as well from Device.
ये round
Gonna be down
तो नहीं
to 13
जीता
HP,
है
just really
I
hoping
said
to get
DRX.
the Devour off. And Devi will find first kill, and something will be able to get involved as
flawless
well.
मार दिया
That's
भाई।
the Buzz now taken down. RB, the last one, just tucked away.
ये first time है ना
Spawn,
कि
picking
रेना
him out,
भी है?
expecting that he's going to be in mid. Eventually
हाँ,
he
ये
will
map
be
में इन्होंने
found,
first time
be
लिया।
able to stop it from coming across as a flawless, but that is now going to be the third pistol
Teammates
win
हो
for
गया।
PRX.
It's
चलो
just a
भाई
phenomenal
ये मैप का क्या चैलेंज है?
kind of decision here from
बंक
PRX.
भाई को
ये
मेरे
map
बात
From
कितना
DRX.
पैसा कमाएगा है?
ऐसा एक भी नहीं कमाया ना।
That pressure
अच्छा,
that got
अच्छा।
towards mid. I mean, they know that
उल्टा मेहनत हो
wasn't
गया पैर
anything
का।
going on at Tree. There wasn't anything going on at
एक्लेयर्स
A.
के लिए चैलेंज
Wasn't
लॉक
anything
हो
going on
लॉक
at
हो
B
चुका है
lobby.
बाउल
You're
में।
getting pushed all
क्या
the
है
way
क्या
out.
है चैलेंज?
10,000 की सुपर चैट और ना इसको 15 स्क्वाट मारने पड़ेगी ऑन स्ट्रीम प्लस मेरे बारे में अच्छी अच्छी बात बोलनी पड़ेगी।
एक्लेयर्स एक चीज बोलूं तेरे को।
10,000 में से 10 रुपए आएंगे बस।
ओ एक्लेयर्स
Fights on the edge, winning that fight at main. Something here right out the opening.
बॉविन ने जब भी चैलेंज रिजेक्ट किया था 10 का 15,000 हुआ था जैसे।
25 हो गया था 25
25 था जैसे
15 में।
Taken out, dog. Have been spawning a couple here. Nade as well. Ready to land in their
Oh,
feet.
Tenu.
It's gonna be what finishes off Mako. Very
Nice.
quickly gets himself up on
हां
top
भाई
of the
कितना
jet, then
स्मूथ
across
करते हैं ये लोग सैशल है।
भाई इसका मूवमेंट भाई वर्ल्ड का बेस्ट सच है ये लॉन्डे का भाई, क्या इसे तो किधर भी पहुंच जाता है।
सेकंड बेस्ट।
पहला तो पता है अपने को कौन है।
Mini zoo that they're going to use there. Dog in the boom bot.
हाँ वो पीछे से पहला है ना।
Get the kill on RB.
विंग्स में आपने रेस लेके जी को आ रहा था ना बात तो।
challenges, but yeah, looks like he just wants to rotate around, try to get into range to dive.
एक गेम उन लोगों ने थ्रो किया इसको लग रहा है आ रहा है।
He says, hey, I've got another
अरे
game.
ठीक है ना, उसके लाइफ का हाईलाइट मत ले उससे टिबोन, मत छीन उससे।
Still be able to find one.
आए मेरे को सैलरी मिलती तो फिर 2 मैप आ रहा था।
वो शादी से ज्यादा खुश उसको हुआ था कि एक मैप हरा दिया हमने उसको।
Vandal held on to.
कभी तुझको उसको सुनते हुए बोला है मैं शादी करके इतना खुश
अभी तक याद
हूँ?
है
ये लाइन वो सालों साल मारता है।
Jinx Mother, of course, watching the audience amongst all the other parents that we have here live tuning in.
Yeah, there's a lot of support here from the fans.
यार एक बार जाते ना यार
And,
टिबोन।
tons of fans.
ये
हाँ।
गेम में
वैलो देखने वैलो।
हाँ ठीक है।
ये नहीं है क्या?
As well. viewing party as well.
हाँ ना बे, एक बार live तो देखनी है.
We all do. We want to see PRX show us they can really contend here to be that top seed out of the Pacific.
It's a very good start.
पावर बैंक चालू ही है.
One of those first 2 rounds. And one of the things that we were kind of seeing that really unraveled for DRX.
हाँ करण टॉक करेगा ये मैप के बाद ऑन स्ट्रीम.
Not really being able to
कौन करेगा?
करण
There was some
करण
great
कौन है
time
बे?
time
नाविन करने वाला है, वो उसके डाल रहा है.
मेरा इंटर्न पार्टनर है.
right as he dipped down. So let's go ahead and grab a orb in the meantime for Forsaken.
कभी हमारा कंटेंट देखोगे तो समझेगा.
Takes down that turret.
पर
भाई
दोनों बड़े
देखता हूँ
स्ट्रीमर्स
भाई,
हैं.
रोज देखता हूँ मैं.
हाँ
मेरे को लगता है वॉच पार्टी का लोकेशन बोविन ने चूज किया था. बहुत नाचने का मन कर रहा है.
हाँ
क्या बात पट्टी में?
But this looks like an
Huh?
8 inch.
सारी डाला है पूरा 4-5.
सारी नहीं दे.
Looking to shut the door, anticipating there would be pressure coming through from Tree as well. Guiding goes across, checking out wide, just making sure that there's nobody there. Door now getting broken. Oh, the timing is just perfect from something.
ओए भाई ये तो आज
Finds Mako.
ये फील में है भाई.
Cross buzz out.
वो एक्लेंस आवाज आ रही है. हेलो.
He's out here by himself, but Jing pushes
Oh,
up,
Eclipse.
finds the
Oh,
elimination.
सफेद कपड़ा.
Good for a second.
तुम लोग सब लोग पुश टू टॉक पे हो क्या?
Forsaken
हाँ, हाँ.
swings around from behind. Gets that elimination. Now Cess is spotted. Absolutely noted. They know precisely where he's at. Kobe doesn't need to move across and try to recover this spike. They will be able to
देखो गाइस ऋषि और एमी इधर है. अभी वीसीडी का जैकेट अब तक नहीं आया है मेरे को.
fly.
ठीक है यही एक हुडी मैं सब वॉच पार्टी में पहन के घूमता हूँ इसके लिए.
Cess coming in the corner with that spray. Sinkar decides to pile this one.
समझ रहे हो गाइस. ठीक है.
दे दो यार.
A major bonus win for
The-
DRX.
It's a bit of utility. A shot
बिंग्स बाय हेल को बोलो हुडी के जगह पे मेन लाइनअप में स्लॉट मांगे. थैंक यू फॉर द 100.
Now, knowing that they can be right up close, it would be risky.
मांगने से मिल जाता तो क्या ही होता.
दर्द भी लो.
3-0 to start a set.
This is just a really good change of pace here from PRX, just being really diligent, clearing angles, and then it's a coordinated hit that catches Mako completely off guard. Stacks there, trying to do what he can to lock it down behind that box, but he's getting swung on from 2 different sides. Not much he can do.
भाई 16-0 लग रहा है. I mean 13-0.
Because it gives them a ton of information, lets them know that Tree is clear, gives them the comfort and the safety.
एक्लेस ने
भाई,
पिक किसको किया है? कौन जीतने वाला है?
बज और माको ने चालू भी नहीं किया बे मारना.
It's really sort of the icing on the cake of that round for PRX. So again, the early knife is going to catch Jing.
इधर एक ये रेज है जो आगे ड्यूल लेता है और इंडिया में एक रेज है जो सबसे पीछे खड़ा रहता है. क्या बोल.
हाँ क्या बात है.
Quite make it happen.
मन की बात बोले आपने. मन की बात.
Flies up top, but now they're not reading it any further.
T-Bone याद.
Oh, guard, and Jing somehow gets the second.
भाई उसमें क्यों ऐसे गया बे?
Looking to swing in, we'll be able to find 2. Dashes
Oh,
back,
भाई.
goes out of smoke.
Nice.
Now notes there is somebody pushing in from Tree and has to just go ahead and back away. He will be spotted, Divine, noting him. Moving up to main, something swings back. Jen ends up taking him down, gets that overheal.
तो क्या मारता है बे डुएलिस्ट में? हाँ
2v3, but it's a Spectre and a Stinger to try to turn this one back. Something unafraid of making his presence known up.
Sharp है भाई.
Cess pushes out, will find Forsaken, and somehow ties out every single bullet.
ये क्लोज रेंज है ना स्पेक्टर ही बेटर लगती है कभी-कभी ऐसे भागते भागते मार देने का.
Run and gun पूरा.
Zested at taking
पूरा.
the damage. But they still have landed here at 𝐿𝐿𝐼𝐷, so now they're finally going to get it down. So
Cess got the Vandal.
yeah, I mean, look, this is doable. We see it time and time again with DRX. They're so good at dropping out of heaven.
अरे मैं चैट नहीं पढ़ रहा हूँ क्योंकि अभी मैं बिंग्स को दिया है फोन. बिंग्स का फोन चार्ज हो रहा है.
भाई समथिंग डुएलिस्ट अलग खेलता है. कुछ नहीं.
भाई उनो रिवर्स हो रहा है बे.
It's Device family here, showing support as well. It's a 4-0 start now for PRX.
What a timing on this dismiss. I mean, you're trying to let your player with the weaker gun lead the way, try to see if you can do some damage with that Stinger. Huge opener here for Buzz outside of DRX to get that double kill. But that dismiss is so beautiful and so timely. And that's where that Reyna can really excel. If you've got some backup there with her, she can make life a nightmare for your opponents.
Fairly light by the DRX, and now they've got full guns, an operator, but tucked into the corner. The cabbage.
क्या कर रहे हैं भाई?
Jing gonna be tagged down low. Showstopper up over the top. He's completely blind and not quite gonna be able to get the hit. Counter swing in from Buzz. It's a point
अरे,
blank
अरे,
shot
अरे,
for
अरे.
the operator.
Let's not मारो
The
उसने.
answer's no. He finds another.
Oh!
That's some of the
ओ
stuff.
ओ
Away with
ओ
it.
भाई
उसका पीओवी दिखा देते तो अच्छा लगता भाई.
DRX on the
भाई,
board. One
क्या?
round and one
बस
round.
भैया.
Buzz.
कितना बिली सब खाने के बाद भी.
Absolutely unbelievable. DRX there. Just looked like they were going to be getting blown out of that site. You've got the showstopper, but a great flash here. Catches Jay in midair. He never sees Buzz land in front of him. That gives Buzz the time to adjust. And then Buzz with the beautiful
क्या moment है
dash
बे?
ahead. Catches
ओ,
him
ओ,
with
ओ।
the
हेलो
personal.
क्या
अभी
moment
आई।
है रे इसका?
Has to finish with
बिंग्स
South.
अपने जेट ऐसा सब कब करेंगे?
Was a rough start
हाँ?
for him. He got those
अपने जेट ऐसा सब कब करेंगे?
शर्म नहीं आता ना रॉसी को ऐसा बोलते हुए।
Good Lord, what a play by Buzz. But can they win the follow-up?
शर्म तो कभी था ही नहीं।
Back to it. Pressing forward, they get themselves into the site. It's going to be RB situated alone over.
मिस क्या मैंने ऐसा क्या हुआ? अब बेफ के थी रे।
भाई बस ने क्रेजी
बस ने
यार जीत रहे यार एक्लेट्स, डर लग रहा है मुझे।
तो लग रहा है मेरे को लग रहा है तो मैं होपफुली PRX कैसे भी जीत जाएगा।
मर गया वो,
ओ।
मर गया। चलो
From DRX, starting to do
आपने
good
आपने
with
बोला
Sluggers.
PRX जीतेगा क्या?
हाँ।
हाँ इसलिए PRX बोला।
Main finds Forsaken, up over top is Buzz. Something
जिस हिसाब से बज ऑफ कर रहा है, अगर ऐसे ऑफ करा तो डाउट है।
as it stacks, gets
आप वैसे 10,000 में कैसे
भाई,
मान गए?
comeback
मैंने तो
चालू हो गया।
10 बोल के 25 करवा दिया था एक्लेस। 25
ओवर टाइम होने वाला है।
Beautiful patience here.
अब बड़े लोग ना, मैं तो अभी छोटी सी।
नहीं नहीं 25 बोलो उसको।
Nice owl drone there.
कंटेंट वो निकलवा रहा है ना?
The Viper going
भाई
into that
25 मतलब 3
विशाल भाई
स्पॉट तो
सुन रहे हो
होगी।
ना ये लोग कैसे
Don't
लोग
think
हैं?
25
ये लेकिन
मिलेगा।
क्या लग रहा है ये सब? क्या हो रहा है?
to clear that
15 ने 5 मार सकती है स्क्वाड।
एक तो विशाल भाई सपोर्ट कर रहे तुम तो हाथ ही पकड़
that
रहे।
he needs to get up there, really start checking him out.
होप तो मैंने 3 साल से केयर नहीं बड़ा होप तो।
Coming up the back stairs, and they're able to clean it up. So just beautiful, beautiful stuff there from DRX. But man, what a start here for PRX. 4 in a row. See if they can find one here while the cash is still decent enough that they can
जिस
get
तो
the
बहुत
half
ज्यादा
cover by.
मेरा महीने का रेंट निकल जाए।
perfect parity at the moment here from Jing and Buzz. Push comes in, Forsaken up close, Buzz. Noting it.
अरे
gets it
भाई।
to the wall, but
बस
barely
भाई आज
so.
नहीं मान रहे।
68
ओ
क्या
भाई
इतना ही है बे जेट का काम। हाँ एक मारो भाग जाओ बस।
Paint shells that were nipping at his heels.
सब नहीं करते वैसे।
Smalko waiting, not on the board.
किसको तोड़ रहा है
Yet,
कप्पा?
sends out the paranoia.
पता नहीं।
कब से रॉसी को तोड़ रहा है?
Done. TPs himself over to
ये
Wine.
तू काहे के लिए रॉसी का नाम ले रहा है? मैं बोला क्या गणेश?
Flash does, and Stacks is able to play off the back of it. Finds
अपने
two.
ऐसे वाले ऐसे।
भाई हेलो।
क्या मार रहा है ये?
Suddenly Mind Freak all on his lonesome, having to creep over towards Switch to try to scoop up this spike. Will be able to get it. Taps the door. Now swinging shut will be broken or weakened up. Now 1v3, the dart, the shot. It should have been registered. They should know where he's at.
अरे यार।
He's got his ult. Is he going to invest it?
Bridge too far. We'll see though. Maybe he can get one more kill. Still some confidence, but for now he's just having
Yeah, I
that
also did
spike
the
trying to
same
beat
thing, one of
somebody.
these. PRX.
I also did the same thing, one of these.
Not giving him the opportunity. Spike planted back Chen, and he is going to go for it. This is a hell of a
अबे
game, but there's a
यार।
lockdown in response.
तो देखा नहीं होगा ना?
As RB says, hey, my area of effect is slightly bigger than yours. Now they know
अरे
in front. RB will swing the corner, get the kill.
भाविन ये मैप ओवर टाइम है।
Within one.
कमबैक कर लिया है
13-11 या तो ओवर टाइम।
Too much to
भाई
get
अगर
over.
अभी DRX ऐसे मारता गया ना बस भाई तो
Decides to go for it.
लग रहा है और भी
Maybe just not quite accounted for.
क्योंकि अल्ट साइकिल भी इन लोग का आने को टाइम लगेगा। रेज हार्बर और वाइपर अल्ट यूज कर
हाँ।
लिया।
एक के लिए उसने अल्ट यूज किया, नहीं करना था।
Try to hold that.
किसने किसने वो नहीं करना था भाई।
भाई 3v1 था भाई, क्यों चाहिए?
भाई हाई पे मार देगा ना भाई वाइपर पिट में।
वाइपर अल्ट में क्या एक को मारेगा मैक्स रेड लो।
Get a great flash.
इतना इजी होता तो क्या ही चाहिए था।
मेरे पर बहुत अच्छा है।
Towards the site.
ए क्या
जोन
तुमने
भी
से
था
किसको
उसके
पता
बाद।
है फॉक्सिन किधर है?
Timeout for PRX. I think this is a good time to take
फॉक्सी
one.
नाइन
Put it out
स्कूल में
high.
गए।
DRX has ran 3 back. Let's regroup. See if they can figure out. I think maybe I really like that one round where they took their time. They got Forsaken deep towards Pizza. You know, they're taking space in a tree in A main. You know, slowly but methodically. Maybe something like that.
फोन में ना उसका हो गया चार्ज।
You gotta make sure
चार्ज हो गया रहेगा ना।
you know, don't
तेरे को नहीं आ रहा वैसे भी किसका मैसेज?
because the one Stark
अब वही तो देखना आ रहा है कि नहीं आ रहा है।
on the analyst desk. The stats with that. When it comes
शादी के बाद यही होता है।
अरे गांडू स्ट्रीम कर रहा है स्टैक तो देखो।
देख रहे हो गाइस बड़े स्ट्रीमर्स का ईगो देख रहे हो आजकल।
DRX off guard.
बीवी का तो आएगा नहीं, वो काम कर रही है।
They anticipate. Throw that at them.
और बाकी कोई आएंगे तो बिंग फेमस कर देगा।
Simmons, we've got Meteor as well
Excuse
watching.
me.
नहीं बिंग्स नहीं करेगा, उसको खुद को आते हैं इतने तो फिर उसके भी राज छुपाने हैं ना।
पहले मुझे फेमस होने दो भाई। हेलो
VCT Pacific teams want to see a good match today. Everybody wants to see this one go the distance. Buzz gonna push out once again.
एचएटीएल से और कोई आने वाला है बिंग्स? पब्लिक पूछ रही है।
शायद से आइडिया नहीं है।
शायद से आइडिया नहीं बोलता पब्लिक। बिंग्स
भाई अच्छा खेल रहे भाई। रिकॉन विकॉन नहीं है सामने वाले का, तो एग्रेसिव खेले जा रहा है बस।
अच्छा तो कोई और भी खेल रहा था।
नो फियर।
उधर भी डाला स्मोक, उधर भी डाल।
दोनों जगह पैक कर दो।
शॉट भाई जस्ट भाई।
आज पता नहीं भाई।
I like this. They're taking their time.
RB will get something back on the opposite side of the map, despite the retreat, but it's still stuck over here on one side.
Oh.
Opens up with the Hunters, Derek finds one, looks for another.
ओ भाई
3K off the ult.
आज हकीकत में भाई।
चलो जीजी।
I really like what DRX does here.
नहीं ये गेम
Similar look.
13-11 या तो ओवर टाइम। ये मैप
पर मस्त एडजस्टमेंट क्या है DRX में? उन्होंने देखा कि है ही नहीं कुछ उनके पास, ना फ्लैंक रोकने के लिए है, ना रिकॉन या कुछ इन्फो लेने के लिए है।
हाँ
पंची तो सब जगह आगे एग्रेसिव इन्फो ले रहे सब जगह।
तो लिया उसने अल्ट। ये क्या है? ये ऊपर कैसे गया? ऊपर कैसे गया वो? एक सेशन यूज करके।
हाँ पहले यूज किया था।
इसका क्या फायदा है रे?
सीधा
और
टैग्स के साथ और फास्ट वो पिक ले सकते हैं ना एनिमी वाले।
I love you, Buzz. Yeah, Pub in the North Command.
He was trash talking about that by intro yesterday. Push out top check.
Oh, Tenu.
अरे भाई 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 समथिंग फर्स्ट किल लेके ना।
अरे भाई
And then Jing strikes. The site broken open. Just 2 players left and with their cash.
रिमूव डिले प्लीज। डिले किधर है स्प्रिंटर?
रिस्की नहीं है लेकिन साइड के पीछे कितने भी लोग हो सकते हैं।
That's just a beautiful use of this miss here to set up the entry, to lead the way. That temporarily invincible target that your reaction is to just trace it and go for that player just because you want to shoot the first thing that comes through that door. Just snowball around.
Brown. Say sorry, it's like in English and she's just the light dangling. Suddenly Jing appears and the fangs come out. Oh, what a good sense for the second. Continue to push up. As much as he would love to get the gun, himself doesn't want to lose out on one. We'll now have a restock of cash though, and PRX will maintain the lead.
किधर है यार? लाइव तो है।
See if he passes that off to anybody or if he's going to be utilizing it in this round.
Just a great leer there as well from something to really make sure that A hit home, and it certainly did. And yeah, I'm curious about this with Divide with the op G with the showstopper here. So I think they're anticipating a push out of A main, potentially Buzz shifting spots there, seeing if they can maybe catch him off guard, try to go for that duel, or maybe they can catch Mako. He's been really kind of bouncing around between that door from the arches and in towards wine and things like that. But it's a much more back position at this spot. Now DRX is using that opportunity to take some space towards mid. So they've got full control.
Yeah, to have seen it. Tries to go for some spraying. Okay, off screen, Divide. Catching Zest over by Markin. Hadn't heard it, so I think that caught them off guard a bit. Mako here, Stacks trying to get a counter push, but they've actually dropped down. They're moving over towards mid. Where Divide will be able to still get that kill. Buzz picking up one, takes out Jing. Clear it on the turret. Over towards the A side. Shifting once again over towards the A side.
अरे वो रिफ्रेश करने से नहीं बोल रहा था मैं.
In a position to try to get an opening kill. The push, but he will not. Needs to come away with. Great buzz. Not sure which way to look and has to just pull back. Doesn't want to go for the timing shot. Respects the Lear. Respects something's ability. And once again, DRX are going to have to save.
This is just smart play here by PRX. Just kind of checking, see if they can find a pick.
वो बार सेव किया बे.
Able to catch Zest, kind of overpeaking there. So much space and time has been given that DRX might have got a little bit comfortable. RB here is going to win that trade with Mindfreak. Something. Yeah, something up next.
Sponsor. They really want these guns. Use the wall against
Oh.
That's enough. Able to take him down. They have a pretty big sneaking suspicion as far as where Buzz is at. Now it's going to be confirmed. Pushing in on both angles. He tries to go for it, but something draws out the short. He was sprayed out the corner.
Oh, ये नहीं करना था.
क्या पिक किया भाई उसको?
उसने BM किया.
I'm curious if there's going to be a timeout from DRX here.
ऐसा क्यों किया रे उसने?
These last couple rounds in this half, or if Termy's just going to let him go.
हाँ कसम.
Great shot there from Divide. Good change of
यार
pace.
पैसिफिक में लेकिन शॉर्टी किल्स बहुत दिखे हैं.
आज तो
सब
समथिंग
सब जगह चालू हो गया.
Maybe felt like he was pinned and had to just go for something in that corner. But yeah, this
एक
is just
शॉट में मारा भाई उसने.
change of pace here. And then
क्या
you
फायदा?
start pushing there. At worst, there's usually two in that vicinity.
उसका फोटो तो है इतना फोकस था वो. दवाई.
Space is clear. Able to get through there, even win that follow-up trade onto Mako. So good coordination here from PRX, and yeah, certainly a good time now.
विंग्स अभी बता मेरे को ये कोचेस क्या बात करते रहेंगे.
They have enough money, I think, to maybe go for one
क्या
more option.
ये DRX का कोच ही बात कर रहेगा. PRX तो बोला रहेगा जो कर रहे बराबर कर रहे हो और एग्रेसिव रहो बस.
ऐसा कुछ बोलेगा.
DRX का कोच क्या बोलेगा?
हाँ नहीं ऐसा कुछ बोलेगा. जो कर रहे बराबर कर रहे और एग्रेसिव रहो.
कोच तो तभी पूछ रहा रहेगा ना IGL को. हाँ?
समझ रहा हूँ मैं T69 में क्या होता था.
मैं सब मैं ही करता था.
T69 में सिर्फ बिंग्स भाई बेट कर रहे थे और कुछ नहीं.
इसलिए तेरे को नया इसमें
विंग्स बाय IGL कोच, मेंटोर, गाइड सब कुछ थे ना T69 में.
एनालिस्ट, पापा मम्मी सब वही था.
हाँ.
इसलिए मैं अभी तेरे साथ रिलेट कर सकता हूँ. मेरे पास टीम नहीं है.
दर्द.
But does he have like a real Tactivear, is it like a real
भाई मैं नहीं कर
नहीं ये वाला आर्गुमेंट जीत गया. खराब कमबैक देने से अच्छा नहीं दूं ना.
बाविन भाई रिप्लाई मुझे क्या, मैं तो कबूतर हूँ.
मेरे को लगा डबल ओबल मार रहा है.
डबल था.
Shuts it down. Feels like it's just a panic move. They're from Jing. See, I need to get myself into short right now. I need to get out of line of sight of this operator, but it's just not fast enough. Door going to be shut. The three remaining players from PRX pushing their way up here onto the A site.
मैं ये मैप का पूरा क्रेडिट बस को.
Staring into its tree. Provide them some more space. Spike away. Themselves on.
मुझे लग रहा है समथिंग मारता ही रहा.
अरे बुलेट खत्म रे. बुलेट खत्म रे.
क्लोज था यार.
हाँ बुलेट. ऐसे टाइम पे दर्द होता है. क्लासिक क्यों नहीं था मेरे पास.
I mean, this is just beautiful here. From something in Dubai, again, using that radar utility to buy a little bit of space and time to keep the crosshairs guessing of DRX. Able to find some defense and divide he's so good at just keep doing it. Where players are going to be standing or on the smoke right on the other side of him. They're going to use this radar utility.
one there. Stacks just spraying out through the wall. This finds the buy. Flash is taken away. Safe with the Leers for something. Who's cutting it away across mid. Again,
Oh,
be
fuck.
invested. This time not on his lonesome though. 4 players strong still. And Old Command will be pulsing through. Stacks breaks down the door. Doesn't read that somebody can
इनको पता ही नहीं है ना समथिंग का.
नहीं मारना है वो मजबूत.
Catches him, finds the elimination. Has that dismiss and wisely takes it. For second, dead Buzz destroyed.
क्यों किया बस? ये जिंग.
And now something's gone. Mind Freak.
Yeah, insta क्यों push किया?
क्या पता?
Here in hell, and it seems like they have sussed out his position. And they have. Buzz will finish it.
यार और
क्या था? ये तो अपना नाम था.
ये भी बस ने जिताया भाई.
आज बहुत ही ज़्यादा कौन है?
समथिंग ने 2 मारा भाई.
Position on lockdown once again. He has been really Johnny on the spot here, especially.
भाई आपको वो सेशन आता है क्या जो जिंग ने अभी किया?
भाई वो तो नॉर्मल है ना, मैं एडवांस वाला मारता हूँ.
एडवांस मारते हो? बोलो.
शुभम गाला पता नहीं ब्रो कोई आने वाला है कि नहीं.
अगर ये पिस्टल राउंड DRX जीत गया तो गेम खत्म है सीधा.
गेम खत्म मतलब टेकलेस.
चल ठीक है, अगर पिस्टल राउंड DRX जीत के हार गया तो क्या करेगा?
सामने कौन है देख रहे ना बेच रहे.
हाँ तो चेयर के ऊपर कर रहा, सबको दिखने दे.
हमने कौन है
भाई सब है बे. रोहित वाले हैं, जी वाले हैं.
रोहित वाले दूसरा
जी ऋषि सर और ये
कितने पब्लिक है रे? एक फोटो भेजना मुझे.
भरा हुआ है, लोग अभी खड़े.
ये ओपन में हो रहा है ना?
हाँ
हाँ हाँ.
मतलब आफ्टर बॉडी हो जाता है.
अरे मेरी बीवी.
ओह एक्सक्यूज मी.
दो बीवी.
बीवी.
अरे
विंसेस को भेजो कोई ये फ्लिप करके.
हेलो मास्टर प्लीज. हेलो मास्टर. ये कब के नाम चेंज किया भाई? मास्टर प्लीज. क्या बोलता है मास्टर? आया नहीं तू? वैसे भी घर पे ही है ना, तो इधर ही आ जाता.
पिंक जिस पे भी सिम्प करता है सब उसको पिंप बोल के चली जाती है. थैंक यू फॉर द 100 रुपीज गाइस.
जस्ट सेइंग, इन लोगों ने जो नॉइस कैंसिलिंग वो डाला है ना, वो हेलीकॉप्टर में डालते हैं. वही है नहीं?
हाँ वही है. पहले तो वही क्वालिटी के होते थे, अभी शायद चेंज किया रहेगा तो पता नहीं.
defender's side. It's kind of funny how this like flip-flops when DRX goes to the international events. On Ascent, it's like they're really good at the defender's side and not so good at the attackers, but it flip-flops.
यही है पहले से.
So, I think, you know, this
फिर
is
देखा नहीं रहेगा मैंने. याद नहीं है.
Defender's side needs to be really good, and another pistol win would be huge. That's a good start.
Monstrous. Great headshot there from something. The flash does help spare Buzz his life. It seems like maybe they're just going to be able to go 4 for 4. The boom bot trying to clear out, not going to be able to spot anything.
तब सुबह उठा तभी देखा. अच्छा रील्स डालने से फुर्सत मिलेगा तब ना.
They do really interesting stuff with the harbor, does PRX. Like going back and watching some of their VODs, like they don't often or always use 𝐿-𝙊𝙈𝘆𝑎𝑑.
Spotted a dog going across, something gets another headshot, tries to
पता नहीं भाई, तेरी मर्जी.
Doesn't go for the dismiss, goes for the heal. Buzz puts him down. Pop flash out. Oh, just dashing over his corpse. His stacks will find a second.
जंप वंप करके घुस दे रहा है टपली.
The site occupied. Spike planted. DRX.
मन माको 11 पे बैठा है. यही राउंड है
भाई. स्टैक्स ने कुछ भी मारा बेबी.
They're both on the side. It seems like now they're starting to suss that out, but they had to check main first. Jing is so wary about this. They don't know for sure. Spotted one. Now they know. Now they have this one. Saxon needing 4K. Gets one. The push in.
नसीब भाई.
Jing as well. Throwing themselves in the spray.
क्या लगता है?
भाई ओवर टाइम होने वाला है गेम.
अभी होप से.
And it's going to be yet another pistol going to PRX.
कोई ऑफर है क्या इधर? समथिंग ऑफ करता है क्या?
It's all 4.
हाँ भाई.
all 4 pistols so far going to PRX, and yet
समथिंग ऑफ करता
समथिंग
है
4 सेकंड
पर समथिंग ज्यादा राइफल खेलता है शायद कप्पा
हाँ
नहीं एक्चुअली करता है पर्ल पे बहुत ऑफ करता है
भाई देखो भाई इसमें जीतना है तो ऑफ तो चाहिए
क्यों जरा बताओ
गोविंद भाई को भी पता है
बताओ क्यों
बराबर की नहीं सच बोलो
क्यों चाहिए वो बताओ ना फिर मैं बरोबर बोलता हूँ
क्या भाई कहीं कहीं लोग ऑन 9-3 से कमबैक किया इस गेम में ऑफ लेके समझ रहे हो गोविंद भाई
तो तभी थोड़ा सामने आ रहा ना यूटिलिटी नहीं यूज किया इधर वाले करेंगे ना बहुत
आप हमें टारगेट कर रहे हो
ठीक है बात है
देख मोस्टली PRX को ना जरूरत नहीं ऑफ करने का हार्बर है और वाइपर खेल रहे तो
वो नहीं करेंगे मोस्टली क्योंकि
हाँ
मुश्किल है बहुत सरप्राइज करने के लिए एक राउंड समथिंग उठा लेगा पर और कुछ नहीं
दवाई करता है ऑपरेटर दवाई 4 सेकंड है और समथिंग है तीनों ऑपरेटर यूज कर सकते हैं
Important round here for DRX. You know, even though they did lose the bonus at the start of this, they still managed to run it back. But this attacker side has to be really good.
हाँ ना ये मैं आपको मार ही नहीं पा रहे थे
बिल्कुल नहीं मार पा रहा बेचारा
DRX does a lot of their damage.
अच्छा माको को नीचे बहुत जीवन में बहुत कम बार देखने को मिलता है
गोविंद भाई आप किंग का प्ले देखते हो क्या
ये लिवाइटन वाला ना
हाँ
बहुत मस्त
बढ़िया है भाई
बहुत मस्त खेलता है
भाई इतना अच्छा है वो प्लेयर मैंने आज तक नहीं देखा
Dog pushing forward, not gonna find anything. Jing shoves stacks back, puts a little bit of damage.
अभी ऐसा एजेंट्स लेता है भाई जो मारता है हाइपर लेके 30 किल
Pop flash across, divide, backing off. Door gonna be shut. Be sprayed down as Forsaken in the sight. Divide should have been spotted. And he
क्या है ना
was.
मारते तो 30 मंक्स भाई भी है कभी-कभी पर सब बेट करके
वो क्या है भाई पहले राउंड में वेट करो 4 किल मिल गया दूसरा एक को है नेड पे तो 1 किल मिल गया 4 किल हो जाएगा ओके उधर ही 10 हो गया 2 राउंड
भाई ये 4-7 को कोई मार क्यों नहीं पा रहा है
भाई उसने एक और मार दिया
हाँ भाई
Forsaken brings this into a 2v2 with Mako down to 63.
Super scrappy. Jing, 2 blast packs, ready to go. Let's see what they're gonna do. Dial up here on this entry.
उसका नेट बूमबोट वो अलार्म बोर्ड किधर है
Gets a beat on it. Headshot coming
इसके
from
नाम दिया
He's got this 50-50 split. Boxes will head to all coach for now as they play a little bit of ring around the rosy and Mako shifts to the opposite side.
अरे तड़पा दिया भाई
Damage spots Mako doesn't commit to try to getting him through the wall. And now he's into the smoke and something he's lost the plot.
मुझे
He's lost
चक्कर आ रहा
track
है
of him. Notes him for a moment, puts him down to 5. But the time is ticking. He's only got 1 bullet and he can't reload. RB
Nice
will move
shot.
out, find the kill. The spike will go up. And that's going to be DRX. It almost goes off. And that'll be DRX.
Overtime चाहिए यार
7 to 8. Still in a deficit, but keeping it close.
This is just
भाई
great
बिना सेंटिनल्स का
mental
टफ है
awareness
लेकिन
here from DRX on how to
Huh?
handle this. The fact that it's Arena, you can't afford to give over it 1 of the 2 kills because that gives her so much more power.
है ना वाइपर को सेंटिनल की तरह यूज कर रहा
In
ना
that situation to win, you know, if you
हाँ,
do some
पर-
damage to her, she devours right back up to full health.
नहीं,
लेकिन
इनको
मतलब
गैदरिंग
खड़ा
नहीं है
रहना
ना।
पड़ता है ना वहाँ पे
हाँ,
खड़ा रहना
इन्फो नहीं है
She didn't,
Info
but
नहीं है।
if she does,
वो इतना एंजाइटी हो रहा है ना देख के
Tiles crunch, Jing.
भाई एग्रेसिव मार्कस
Back up over the top, the shots across, takes us down, 45. Reckoning was committed. In the meantime, a sight snatched up.
अरे दवाई भाई
यूज कर दिया रे
no response. They just go right to A off that aggressive hit. They love this.
Break through the door now shut. Fragmented by themselves some space on Kevin. Stacks.
जेस्ट क्या लेके बैठा है भाई जेस्ट क्या लेके बैठा है भाई
Little molly there.
लैग हो गया क्या
Top does find Mako, and that dismiss.
भाई क्या मारा उसने
Coming handy, but not one buzz does that. Finds 2. Looks
भाई
like they're
बस
quite big
जिंग
gap, but now Jing gonna be answering in kind.
चल
The
क्या रहा है
shot
भाई
at the ready,
What's
and
up?
RB gets struck down. The dart comes in. The paint shells around the corner to try to clear him. Aldrone will reveal. But now over and back sight. Pink's coming down. He's just off kilter. He's looking for the spray, but Mind Freak will be able to hold this to completion. Jing will get a 4th. Stretch them
मारा जिंग ने रे
to 7, 2 rounds ahead.
I mean, this makes
चार
so
मारे
little
थे
for DRX. I think they make a great
भर दिया जिंग ने ऐसे लिखा था
भर दिया मसक बाय ने
off the aggressive push out. And Mako with a solid entry.
DRX को जितने दो T1 Eclairs को 10 के SC देगा ओ
Get a double sure, but then they just swing it
ये
again
बस के
and
डबल के बाद तो
immediately
लगा राउंड हार
two
गए
huge
उन लोग
kills,
पर
gets the showstopper,
सिंह ने
clears
इमीडिएटली
line.
वो कर लिया
Just
ओ भाई हमारा तो
Quintessential
लगता
Jing.
मारा भाई
Just
जी
the best raise we have here in the Pacific.
इजी बोला उसने
You know, it wasn't anything super special with the blast packs, but maybe here we go.
Doesn't quite land up top, and Cess with the shot.
यार क्यों कर रहा हूँ
Catches him in the head.
Shamat.
It's gonna be a weapon that he buries.
क्या केवल
हेलो राज
क्या शुरू हो गया बे वो?
मिल गया
Not pulling away.
They're around here.
Starting over towards the Cypher right now. Mindfreak is alone up on top. Somehow Buzz not quite noticing. This could be a massive gank on him, but Buzz
भाई बस से उड़ा दिया 4 सेकंड को उधर भाई
वन टैप
comes in.
मर गया वो
Coming around the back, drops in. Mako finds him, finds his shot.
क्या शरीफ चलाता है भाई ये बंदा
दो मारे
ठीक है लग से
And what a round to
क्या राउंड था भाई ये 10 सेकंड के राउंड
in their favor. DRX.
एक
ये
गन
क्या है?
कर दिया लेकिन
Unbelievable strike.
ये कैसे करते हैं रे अपने गूगल
I call this the Mobius strip of
अच्छा आइडिया दिया
where they look brilliant in one round and then it just wraps back around and you're like, that is such a nasty shot.
क्या शॉट था ना
It's nasty. I mean, look,
दो मारा उसने
DRX is hitting crazy good share of shots.
माँ को भड़क गया
Push out from Jing to try to catch a player kind of off guard in that round is kind of a little too risky against him. He's going okay.
VCT पैसिफिक का किचन
थोड़ा ज्यादा उम्मीद लेके गया था समथिंग
लेकिन उसके पीछे कोई ब्लाइंड था ही नहीं था वो क्या सोच के गया ऐसा
वही तो बोल रहा हूँ उम्मीद हो
behind generator. Mako is going to be looking at part two. His troubles does find some good value. Weapon picked up, but Mako will find a third kill. Mindfreak unfortunately can't.
चालू हो गया भाई आंखों चालू हो गया खत्म
ओ भाई क्या ब्रिम लग रहा है भाई दोनों
ब्रिम तो
वो लेफ्ट वाली बंदी है क्या
हाँ दूसरी
जेट
टिबोन भाई हेलो
क्या बैकग्राउंड है
हाँ टिबोन
अरे बैकग्राउंड के सीट
तेरे को क्यूट लग रहा है अभी हारा में
That's great.
ब्रिम को बोला
It's just insane here from Mako.
कर रही थी ना
No smile this time.
जेट इधर उधर डैश कर रही थी
Let's see if we can get the Mako smile against, but
माँ को 1-11 में बैठा था अभी दे रहा है टपाटप
fast rounds. Again, I
भाई
want to
जो बंदा हम बोल रहे हैं ना कि नहीं खेल रहे वो तब खेल रहे हैं
हाँ
इसी बात पे हम सब मिलके आपको गाली दे टिबोन भाई क्या पता
भाई क्यों भाई मैंने क्या किया यार
यार खेलना चालू करोगे ना आप
want to tell PRX not to be aggressive.
पुरानी बात है
मैं बढ़िया रोहन
Alex has said a lot in some interviews and stuff.
तुम बताओ कैसे हो
Yes, they W game, but there's a lot of method to that madness. It isn't just wild. It isn't just willy-nilly. But still, you know, at that moment, I think that's one where, that old flash and dash, or in this case, flash and blast pack, that we see with DRX. Stack sets, Buzz or whoever up to go in there, into that bell tower, around that corner. Usually it's a jet, of course, but still, against the eco here, you fork over that gun, and there's no follow-up from the rest.
ये अरेना चेंज किया है कि सिर्फ स्टेज चेंज किया है
Stage.
Stage.
Bad for Jing to make sure that DRX can't, find a way to snowball that round. Now that Vandal didn't have much to do with the fact.
सेटअप और थीम टोटली चेंज कर दिया
But still, it's kind of tipping the scales more in DRX's favor than you maybe need to.
0 point to check close. Mindfreak noted. Buzz dash at the ready. I mean, this is going to be a commit onto the side. He goes in. Something should have been spotted. Still jumping to the corner. Manages to find one. Mako also going to be taken down, but Buzz finds his second as the buy will fall.
हो गया भाई
Taking in Jing versus 3.
चलो एक्लेयर्स प्रैक्टिस चालू करो
Man, still a final pulse.
पहले तो मेरी
चलो नहीं तो पैर दुखेंगे जैसे मेरे दुख रहे थे
Fast break on the door. Double second hell, one at main. Their work cut out for them here.
I mean, this is
भाई बज लेकिन बहुत सेक्सी खेला है यार
entry.
It's the drop. Buzz says no. Nice try, nice movement. Gets him in the head. Forsaken now pushing forward. Seems like, he has spotted him. Buzz dashes out. Cove to cut off main. Cloudburst about to expire. The time dwindling. Forsaken needs these kills. He needs them now. He's going to find one, but Buzz will say no. to that
ए,
as
बस
well.
भाई
A fourth kill
बस
for
मेरे
him.
को
क्या होगा लगता है?
बहुत
स्कोर क्या होगा?
कपड़े खोल रहा है भाई बस भाई.
This is just a great entry from Buzz. I mean, we were praising him earlier, and we're going to keep praising him. It feels like as long as this map goes on, Zest once again with a brilliant Hunter's Fury to clean the top of heaven out there as well.
ये
जिम
थोड़ा
के
खेल
ऊपर
ले तो.
किल बहुत
Absolutely
क्रिस्टल था
insane
भाई.
stuff from Buzz. He has come alive on this Jet. 24 and 13 right now. There is right where he was our player of the day yesterday. He is not with a step back on that field.
They're neck and neck with him. A little bit further behind, but see what happens now in this round.
कहाँ तक पुश कर रहे देखना वो लोग.
Look at this pressure on mid right now.
क्या ड्रोन करेगा? Just
DRX a lot faster than we've been seeing in the previous rounds. Yeah, go ahead, they invest this lockdown.
कर क्यों नहीं रहा अभी तक ड्रोन?
Push off a bit, we'll be able to find one. Reckoning now going to be committed over towards 𝐿𝙊𝙈𝙈, but it's only stacks there. He's going to be able to move out of it.
Reckoning waste करा रहे.
Something on site absolutely can.
ओ भाई दो मार.
ओ भाई.
We'll get a second to finish the
Round
round.
over.
Once more 10 to 10.
भाई क्या सेक्सी खेला.
They recognize that
मैं 15 मारा.
with that lockdown in place. What can you do to stop that? It is
ऐसे टेस्ट कर रहा था कैसा हो रहा है कि नहीं.
This is what they did so well last time against DRX. Is whenever there were big ults in the play, they get to the back line, they disrupt.
तेरा 15 मतलब 30 पकड़ लेना.
15 नहीं कितना मारा? 17 मारा सॉरी.
तो इसका डबल कर ले. सरफेस एरिया ज्यादा है ना.
क्या? एक चीज मैंने नोटिस किया है रे.
कैसे लगा? किसको नहीं चाहिए? किसको नहीं सुनना? देखो देखो क्या नोटिस
अंदर
किया?
से धक-धक हो रही रे.
बोलो बोलो क्या नोटिस किए है?
एक्लेस मैंने अभी 17 किया तो मेरी फट गई रे बाबा.
तो जिम जाते हो ना लेकिन.
हेलो 20 दिन हो गए नहीं जा रहे.
तो 3 साल से कुछ वर्कआउट नहीं किया.
तेरे तो पैर टूटने वाले.
Start pushing out aggressively as two over towards A main, and their deals will be confirmed. It's going to be a B site hit. The dashboard switch going to be in touch. Vibes tucked back around the corner. Forsaken again here in boats. Starts to check right, doesn't check left. Forsaken still here, but swings in, finds him. It's now 5v4, the spike about to be planted.
Great awareness from RB there.
TPing out, Buzz finding one.
भाई जाते आते भी एक को लेके गए हैं.
Still going to be held here from DRX. Across over towards switch. Spring not coming through. Knife from Stacks catching 3, however.
मारेगा ये मारेगा एक.
What up?
Clear the dart. They managed to get the
Padi na
spam. The elimination to push it onto the corner. He finally stabilizes it, but it's not fast enough. They're trying to get to the switch.
उसने ये जमाया ना?
क्या?
ये क्या था?
गॉड
क्या
मतलब.
मारा
He will hold it and fuse the pain back into the lead, 11 to 10.
अल्ट तो वेस्ट हो गया ना.
This is a pretty good.
अबे राउंड
चलेगा राउंड का राउंड जरूर था.
You talked about during the round that
ये PRX वाली शॉट में चले गए.
वही वो मैं बोल रहा हूँ इसको अलग सेट में पड़ा.
DRX फैन है.
and Stacks doing what he can here, but that lead
1 HP था भाई.
by DRX, the promoters weren't there to clear it, and that was Jimmy
नहीं उसने मारा किल.
to finish what something started.
जिसने भी हमारा राउंड मिल गया ना.
PRX and again, that aggressive play benefits them here. They're so content to just start pushing deep. They know that sometimes DRX is going to leave those angles open. They know that sometimes DRX kind of isn't the most lurky team. Even though you do see it from time to time from RB or Mako, generally it's kind of all hands on deck for DRX when they make an execute.
Kind of suspecting that this pit is going to drive DRX over towards the A site. Just to see if they, once this wall is down in mid, they should just push in, try to avoid the pit completely, and just take the site from behind. It is an option for them. The drone does go up, check towards market. Moving into position, just peeking across. Smoke comes down, Mako. Spotting that near. Seekers flying, backs away, paranoia across something. Does get caught by that. Comes in behind the box.
बहुत स्मार्ट खेलर है मतलब
भाई वो लोग देख कहाँ पे है भाई
Turn to him and Forsaken gets the backstab of a lifetime.
कहाँ?
Two quick kills. Mako TP's up
Smoke
on
में था
top.
क्या?
Maybe on the strike, finding Jing. Are being counter swinging out. Does find the eye.
Still
Inside the map.
समथिंग मार सकता है माको को
Rotate in. Spike not planted. Something shuts it down.
मारा
Third over the top. RP has been so close.
समथिंग मारेगा
He pulled this off. The answer is no. Something finds a third and
भाई जीत गए क्या?
अभी DRX जीतेगा
एकदम चुप रहो टीवन एकदम
To funnel DRX away. And
नेक्स्ट राउंड DRX जीतने वाला है
फिर धक धक होता है
that owl drone goes out and it isn't used to clear the Viper's pit out. There isn't any other utility that's really that great at doing it.
Oh, Tenu.
With a shorty with Buzz and try to clear it that way. So they're able to really
क्या है मेरे 4 seconds I mean something
off of that utility.
भाई क्या फील कर रहे रहेंगे ना वो लोग
And even though DRX makes a good move here, I think to try to go up through the window, they don't respect that Forsaken could have been that close, and they kind of let it go out of their minds. And again, it's these PRX finds the middle of the formations of DRX that really befuddle them, that really hurt them.
भाई समथिंग भी शांति से 25 पे पहुंच गया है मार मार के
हाँ वो मारता है रिडूल
Gets a reveal into one up. In he goes. Buzz gets the headshot. The blade storm.
क्या कूद रहा है भाई ये जेट क्या
It's not. Door going to be swiftly broken. Spraying through the smoke, looking for a connection, but now it dissipates. Mako left there to try to hold the line. Cess approaching from behind, just looking to see if there's going to be any kind of flank. Mumba spotting for a moment. The Cove coming in. Mako desperately trying to get out of here, but will fall. Gets another eye. All riding, takes out Buzz. Approaching from heaven, drops him, but straight onto Stacks' crosshair.
ओह ठीक का बात सच है कप्पा स्टार्ट से बोल रही
बोला था
To 12.
ओटी जाने वाला है भाई
Going to overtime.
And this is some
Done
great
by.
change-up called by Stacks here as the IGL for DRX. Sending Zest out on that lurk, checking for the space.
Valorant game में विंडोज सेंसर मैटर करता है क्या
So
बोल रहे
much of their attention, making sure that
क्या मैटर करता है
they got their backs here.
विंडोज
Valorant
Really, really nice
नहीं ना
विंडोज सेंसर
good response.
हाँ।
माउस कर्सर का रॉ इनपुट ऑन है तो नहीं ऑफ है तो करता है
Claiming their first map of this best of 5. No big ults to speak of. One away from the reckoning for Forsaken.
और अभी तक रॉ इनपुट बीटा में तो करता ही है मैटर
करता है
मतलब
क्या
हाँ विंडोज
It's a
सेंसर
full ship. They are rotating their way over towards this base side. When he reveals, Stacks away from the enemy remaining.
ओटी 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 नहीं समथिंग मारेगा मेरे को लग रहा है
चला दिया रे पूरा 30
पड़ी जो थ्रू पड़ी उसको माको का राउंड है
माको को ही कुछ करना पड़ेगा
मारेगा एक मारेगा पक्का जिनको मारेगा
चलो भाई आगे
ओटी बोलते अल्ट मारेगा लास्ट राउंड है शिट रहा
मार ही नहीं रहा है अच्छा
मारना भाई आरबी हेलो ओए डाल दिया
तुझे नहीं डाला
नाको था मैं इसलिए नहीं डाला वो डाला दे बाद में डाल
अब भी डाला
नहीं हो रहा है
भाई
एंजाइटी देना मेरे को ये मैंने
नहीं हो रहा है क्या
उधर एक्लेस को ये हो गया एकदम एंजाइटी हो गई एक्लेस को
एंजाइटी देना मेरे को ये
अच्छा हुआ डांस का नहीं मिला वरना पूरा
मेरा बुखार तेज हो गया लिटरली
नहीं हो रही है
It looked like PRX was going to take this map of 𝐿𝙊𝘆𝑉, and now instead, who knows?
Who knows indeed, can still very well be theirs. It's not over yet. PRX fighting tooth and nail to keep themselves alive, keep themselves afloat. They've extended us now into overtime. Something that, despite all of the closeness yesterday, we did not have it.
मस्त बनाया, मस्त बनाया रे।
यार मैं स्पोर्ट्स खेलूंगा, मेरा भी ये लोग ऐसा फोटो बनाएंगे।
स्पोर्ट्स खेलेगा तो ओपन क्वालिफायर में ही बाहर हो जाएगा।
लेकिन तेरे फैन मजबूत है, कोई ना कोई तो बना के आएगा ही।
पोस्ट करना था इनको।
क्या बोलता है भाई? सब ठीक?
हाँ।
PRX had a good read on that round. They just couldn't quite get there in time. They were just a step too late to really befuddle the entry there of DRX.
Well, as we go into overtime, they get another fan share. It's same. Point off the rip from Stacks. They get about two. Back waves. Something pushes out from here. Through the turret. Warbot's still standing. Just will use the drone. Using a forward presence here.
चलो डायरेक्ट स्विच जाओ जल्दी जल्दी।
हेलो आदित्य, हेलो असंको। प्रेडिक्शन तो है। हाँ
PRX के लिए बोलो। That will be your birthday gift to me. ठीक है?
3-0 हो रहा है आज DRX।
इससे बढ़िया मैं वो दूं। जॉर्डन।
अभी ओमेन ब्लाइंड देगा, 𝐾𝐘 नेट डालेगा। चालू। ब्लाइंड दे ओमेन। गया ब्लाइंड। खत्म
हो गया। खत्म, टाटा, गुड बाय। कल आना है क्लेयर्स, कल।
चलो जल्दी स्ट्रीम स्विच करने के रेडी हम लोग।
अरे
डबल ओटी।
वैसे बिलेटेड हैप्पी बर्थडे, आपका बर्थडे गिफ्ट है ये।
Thank you.
कुछ किया है।
Can you extend it? Can you reset?
I don't know what to do against Mako sometimes.
समथिंग के जैसा रहना खेलना पड़ेगा।
Making miracles around this generator. The guy is somebody is very happy there. They said let's go. And they are very Mako there.
समथिंग क्या रहना खेल रहा है यार, लेकिन
मस्त खेल रहा है।
When you need this guy the most, time and time again, those clutch rounds where he has to come up with those big multi-kills.
नहीं हो रही है क्लेयर्स।
चलो सही, वापस नाइस कॉल एरस का।
हो गई दवाई, मारेगा नहीं मारेगा। जिन क्लियर नहीं किया। वाह भाई।
ये लोग भी नहीं घुस पाए थे।
सुन लिया इसने इसको। अरे भाई
हाँ हेलो।
ना
नहीं बोला, मिस नहीं करता है रे गांडू।
The utility there from PRX.
बोचे पे ऐसे मारा टिबन।
To make sure that 𝐿𝙈 wasn't able to really get any backup, and 𝐿𝙈 has been really good at those isolated duels on this map so far today. But that time around, 𝐿𝙈 gets the better of it. 𝐿𝙈 just kind of guesses himself. As much as I praise his ability to have those really clean entries with those phantoms, every time around, it's just a little bit kind of mental second guessing there causes him to switch from okhdfcbank to PRX, expecting a push out here out of the main. Using that snake bite to try to punish, usually it's Mako.
Should have made note here. 𝐿𝙗.
उसको मारने का ट्राई मत करो, बस को बाकी लोग को पकड़ लो।
Cascade across, cutting off that B main, but again, it's just going to be this hefty stack up over at A. Jing grabbing the orb just in case he can get that showstopper online. Mumba checking, 𝐿𝙗 starting the drift over. Mako finding one, but this time will not be given the opportunity to string together multiple kills.
तो नहीं मरता ना, इजी फ्लैश गेम तो।
Gonna be spotted. Mind Freak has the kill. Up on heaven, 𝐿𝙗 not good for one. Forsaken says no.
शिट यार।
क्या ट्रेड कर रहे हैं भाई?
हाँ ना?
वो स्कोप भी देखा कैसा है डीप को?
हाँ। लास्ट टाइम एंट्रेंस करके चूक गए ना।
आपको जैसा खेलते हुए।
Again a 2v3. Jing though, the showstopper is online. He can shut this down just with that ultimate.
भाई इसके पास अपना अल्ट है भाई।
Insanely tough.
RB Finding one, Jing still turning his sights towards Zest, but Zest trades him back.
Yeah.
Now suddenly a 1v1. The shorty in a hand.
क्या बका रहा है यार माइंड फ्रीक है यार
अबे क्यों शॉटगन भाई?
And DRX will somehow
नहीं अच्छी बात है.
सबसे ज्यादा एक जन रो रहा है कॉल में अभी हम लोग में से.
Unbelievable stuff here from Zest and RB. This call is so good. Gives you that little extra angle there.
लोग ही नहीं चाहते कि मैं हो गया.
Whoever tries to follow up.
वो क्लोज आएगा
Stax'
इसलिए.
natural instinct is to follow the players that are
उसको लगा ना वो नीचे कूदेगा तो.
लेकिन इसका इन्फो था क्या?
back into that nook, but then he's not sure if someone's
हाँ,
going to
बुलेट
pop
चला ना
out
उसमें.
or something like that.
पक्का.
And they're able to punish
हाँ,
him. So
ऊपर से वो
I
उसको
would
मारा
have
था
liked
ना.
to have seen Stax once that
भाई जेस्ट ने उसको
once that
उड़ा दिया
high
ना
tide came up,
जिंग
that
को.
cut off the switch door.
उधर
I would
round
like to have seen just stay
मस्त
back,
बदला.
wait for the rest of the reinforcements, but you know what, whatever. DRX still wins the round with some heroic plays there. Zest able to just barely trade out Jing, you know, as the showstopper.
क्या बोल रहा रहेगा कोच
mid-air.
गोविंद?
That is huge to have that kind of presence of mind to be able to stabilize.
बोला रहेगा
after that
बंक्स भाई की
little
तरह
bit of
मत
a
खेलो.
whiffy spray on the divide there out in catwalk.
और
And then
क्यों
just come
नहीं
through in a huge
डाला?
moment there to give RB that chance, and RB there wisely goes up to the gen and, like you said, uses that angle to finish the round.
One more is all they need. Termi trying to utilize this timeout. The only one that they get in overtime to seal the deal. Get them brought up to a 2-0. PRX, see what they cook up. See whether or not they can tie us up again and keep this going.
DRX gonna split the map up a little bit more this time. I think they're expecting maybe some pressure through mid. Stax pushing out towards top. Yeah, the flash actually doesn't get around the corner. It's just gonna get canceled. Something. Poke a little bit at Mako, but no damage done there. Valor drone getting used here.
क्या चल रहा है
That space is clear that there's no follow-up. Once again, no confirmation with that guiding light. So DRX here somewhat unaccounted for out on the map right now.
It's a lyric cross, and they know that something's on their side. Buzz just continuing to inch. Mind Freak around the corner. Some shots. Flash in deep. The bite comes across. Buzz chasing. Finds one. Window broken. Smoke. He jumped on before, but Dubai does return some fire, so they know that he is there. Something. Line playing out into A main. Mako waiting around the corner, but Zest finds another. Forsaken, take it down. Jing noted, but as he tries to break down off the bottom of the side, Jing finds him and gets Stax to boot. A 2v2. The duelist now versus Mako and Buzz. Jing's suspicious about this, knowing that they hadn't noted him.
गलत प्लांट कर रहा था अच्छे नहीं लगा
Just a little bit sooner. Paint shells down at his feet. Mako has the ball back. Buzz falls. Jing gets
What
the
a
last
crazy
one. We
game.
continue to go deeper.
This is giving me too much anxiety. I did not sign up for this shit.
PRX right now.
Man, they're just playing
He and
crazy.
something are absolutely on one. These two superstar duelists for PRX.
He's still मारा बस मेरा घर जाएंगे
Phenomenal. You know, to back up their teammates here who are getting pressured so hard. And Zest doing everything he can, but then it's Jing who steps out right as Zest is trying to escape after having a phenomenal double kill. And Jing is ready for the follow-up on the Stax. A little bit of a back and forth utility battle there with Mako, and he's able to come out ahead. Oh boy, we go again.
He's twice more into the breach. Buzz getting tucked away over here in blind. Something up over the top. Trying to spray from Stax, which just lightly knocks some of that health and armor off of him. Flashing towards mid. Bench not finding anything. The drone's going to be used in response from Zest, seeing what he can spot. That's clear too much. Instead, they sent two people over towards B. Trying to bait this out. It's Buzz who has the tailwind in just to keep himself safe. Spike still not being committed to either site, however. With a minute 5 remaining, it looks like they're going to start pivoting over towards B.
Ping's already coming out from DRX. I think they somewhat sense that there might be a rotate coming. We've got that utility, the Killjoy utility from RB to try to slow this up. Zest usually really on point. Trying to keep track of the entries here. Maybe do some damage with some shock darts.
Right over the top. Forsaken avoiding the tag. The dog flying right past Zest. So it gets a little bit of damage down. Shell not quite gonna go in towards Post, but RB
नेट गया नहीं यार
he's not ready for Forsaken to approach from the left-hand side. The headshot comes in, he goes down. 5v4, the spike getting planted. Buzz trying to get into position behind something who's gonna be watching.
PRX जीते गए मैप हो गए बैकग्राउंड नॉइज आ रहा है वो तो आएगा बहुत
RB not able to trade out. Good patience from PRX to make sure he was clear.
Buzz finds the timing. Something gone. Back. Parity found in a 4v4.
वॉच पार्टी है ना ओपा पे ओपा में वहीं से कर रहे हैं
from Zest is too damn good, but so is Forsaken and Jing. They find two. The swing out. Buzz drags his crosshair out. Gets the fourth. Is he on for the ace? He sends out the right click. It gets a little bit of a connection. It takes him low. The shorty in hand. Swings the corner. And Buzz will get yet another ace this weekend. Less than a second is spared.
भाई बस क्या ब्रेकफास्ट करके आया है
Unbelievable! Absolutely
पागल हो गया आदमी
unbelievable!
भाई
This looked like it was PRX's round. They play this so well in Zest, setting them up beautifully. That spray transfer, unbelievable! The up in the air, the instant reaction to go for the knives. Brilliant from Buzz.
Sit down, son. Your work's not done yet. You still have to win this attacking round, which has been eluding you. 35 kills now. What is soon to be 30 rounds played.
उसकी टीम में कोई बीज भी नहीं है.
Looking good. Rush out. Even with the Lear on the side, Stacks not prepared.
ये क्या था भाई?
Hello? Now taken away from the paint shells on the corner. Buzz taken down nice and early by Forsaken, who was then swiftly dealt with by RB. Then Anaswarm, they swing out ahead of it, but RB moves up to the ground. It's just Mind Freak left. They know exactly where he is. A lockdown once more available for RB, and this time I don't think he's going to wait too damn long to use it. He hears the market door get crunched. The Nano on the side. This might just be it.
अभी कौन क्या करने वाला है
He's got to respect it. He's got to try to get out. But I don't know if he's going to make it. He barely does. A fraction of a second to spare. Mind Freak narrowly avoids getting detained, but now RB gets himself tucked away on the defender side. The recon, it pings him. RB rather, completely stoic. Holding still, the bites into the back of both to try to flush him out, to try to get some extra damage. He drops down, he finds one.
अरे इसको इनको नहीं मिला उसका शूट
He's looking for the read and RB with a 4K. We'll finish this map off. 16 to 14. 2-0. Match point in their hands.
तो अलग ही चलो चलो देखें अभी
A phenomenal map between these two teams. The back and forth just brilliant. The changes of pace, the changes of ideas, the changes of strategy. Absolutely incredible. And so close to taking this over the line with PRX. So many times.
मेरे को बहुत तेज बुखार चढ़
But then it's Buzz, who was just having an unbelievable.
क्या किसका स्ट्रीम लगाना है भाविन
इक्लेस का चलो चलो सब लोग ने लगा दिया इक्लेस का स्ट्रीम देखे
Beautiful here. A lot of clutches, a lot of great moments on this Killjoy. Zest.
क्या कर रहे
I mean, you can see why they're so stable.
क्या मेरे को चेंज करके आना
Time and time again, you're seeing those
मैं शॉट पे आना ना शॉट नहीं करना क्या
वो होगा बाद में पहले मेरे बारे में
थोड़ी हम लोग
बी राइट बैक
Such an advantageous position.
म्यूट करना है टीबोन की बातें
बोलो फुल कर
Both teams.
You are the best people. You are the voters of Kota. I mean voters. Gold.
Ahead of them in that regard.
Truly radiant. आप बहुत अच्छा खेलते हो. सब में सबसे बेस्ट आप खेलते हो. आपको esports में जाना चाहिए.
Raising yet another trophy. He's
और दूसरे टाइम में दूसरी टीम में जा.
never shown.
चलो और बताओ
Not here.
अरे भाई और कितना सुंदर.
अरे अच्छी चीज है बोलो भाई
वो इतना अच्छे अच्छे तो बोल रही.
PRX, we've seen it from a handful of times.
मेरी एम कैसी है
So they have
आपका एम सबसे बेस्ट है मतलब क्रिस्प हेडशॉट मारता.
You know,
द वर्ल्ड यू मीन
बेस्ट एकदम मतलब इन लोगों से भी ज्यादा अच्छा खेलता है DRX वाले.
coming into this map and
कौन सी टीम में मैं जाना चाहता हूँ मतलब अगर कोई स्पोर्ट्स टीम में ज्वाइन करूँ क्या मैं बस को रिप्लेस कर सकता हूँ
इजीली बस आकर हमने कुछ नहीं. आप 10 एस ले लेते हैं
at those maps. So are they going to run something pretty similar to Haven? Or are they going to try something unusual? I mean, we just have no idea
चलो
what we're going to get.
करो अभी क्या
Have to
वो
just
क्या
wait and
कर रहे
see
हैं
how practiced this is
चलो हो
from
जाए
DRX. What do they
Squats
have
हो जाए
cooked up
It's
for
going to happen,
Mumba?
ठीक है?
जीतने वाली
I
है
don't know roughly, I'll say, what to
चलो
anticipate from
स्क्वाड्स हो
PRX,
जाए
because
चलो
we
चलो
didn't
चलो
expect to see that Reyna, which was finding value. Something was
No, it
fragging
was great.
there on that map. So they threw that curveball at us. Do they make any changes?
ठीक है भाई
Get
10
him in the
ठीक है
lows together?
10
Have a good
उसके पैर की
expectation
वो
of how
नहीं है ना
DRX is going
इसलिए
to look. DRX have always been that team that pushes
अबे
into the
इसके लिए भी
line,
मेकअप
fights
करने के
back
लिए जा
from
रही है क्या
behind,
ये हेलो ओए
really pulls off those reverse sweeps. PRX
ओए क्लियर
are now in that position. If they want to be the #1 team from Pacific going in the Masters Tokyo, they have to pull off a reverse sweep that has still eluded teams across VCT overall. And what a treat it would be if they can get it done. But all we're hoping for is that Lotus is the staging ground for some more excellent Valorant, because that right there was probably one of the greatest maps that I've ever gotten to play.
That was so fun. I mean, PRX was phenomenal on that.
हाँ
I
भाई
love the
ऑब्वियसली
Reyna.
करनी है
I
जब
love the way
स्टार्ट होगा
Jake
बता
plays
दो
with
स्क्रीन
that.
दिखाएंगे
It's just so crisp,
चलो
so
चलो
clean on
स्टार्ट
that
करो
raise again. So, coming into the next map, yeah, you expect that
पता है ना कैसे करनी
somewhat
है
of an advantage
स्क्वाड
for the
Wait,
side
जो
of
भी हो
आपके लिए 10
in
गन
that they've
आपके
got
लिए 10
practice on the map. They have
ठीक है
stage experience on the map.
चलो
They're really good at it so
तू
far.
कर रही है?
But then with
क्या
DRX,
चीज
just literally have no idea what duelist are
हाँ
going
जी
to use.
थोड़ा
Who's going to play
एक्सरसाइज करो चलो
duelist?
स्टार्ट
Are they going to try
वन
Buzz on the raise? He's generally more of a jet
करो
type.
भाई
He's a little bit better on the
पता
jet
नहीं ना आप दूसरा बता
historically than the raise. Are they going to try
हाँ
RP
जी
on Neon? Are they going to do something
हाँ
completely
एक मिनट एक
unexpected?
मिनट एक
क्या
मिनट
Happen. I mean, we
विशाल भाई ने बोला
have
इट्स
seen
ओके
in the past
पैर
and
टूट गए
recently
तो
that
उसको
Neon having
पड़ेगा
value, especially
No,
on the
it's
defensive
fine.
side.
I will do it. Challenge
अरे
challenge
नहीं रे बाबा
10
विशाल
कर
मैंने
जितना
बोल
होता उतना
पहले
करती हूँ ठीक है
It's just
कोई
so
हाँ
बात
ठीक है
quick
तीन
balancing
करो
between
काफी
those sides.
एक
So
हो
that
गया
very well could
चलो
be something that they
हाँ
want
टू
to do, but we really
हाँ
truly
Four,
टू
do not
हाँ
have
जी
the numbers.
थ्री
We don't
काफी
have
काफी है
the
काफी है
computers
यार
or
8
काफी
a
सत्रह
real
ना
good read on what they
7
want to do. So we'll have to just wait and
8
see what does
पैर टूट गए
happen.
तो मुझे ही जाना
9
पड़ेगा यार इसलिए
That map, obviously the players
10
इधर ही
taking
रहते
a
हैं
break
घर के
11
बाद
after
कौन
that
सा
start of
लास्ट
the
टाइम आए
series,
थे
after starting that map,
12
30 rounds played,
13
such a tense
14
overtime. So we have to give them time
15
कल स्ट्रीम नहीं होगी
your thoughts,
16
talk to the coaching staff to try to
17
get prepared. But in the meantime, I
18
believe we're actually going to have a very special
19
day. So I'm going to go ahead and throw down to Jet, who's
20
standing by, I believe,
और
with
करूँ
Jake's mother.
हो गया हो गया हो गया हो गया
You forget Tibon, I used to be a national level
네,
athlete.
이렇게 DRX가
This is
어센트까지
easy.
가져가면서 현재 스코어 2대 0으로 로터스에서는 페이퍼렉스가
ऐसे 17 तो मैंने भी किया कोई चैलेंज भी नहीं था भाई
आप जिम जाते हो मैं 3 साल से कुछ वर्कआउट नहीं किया मैंने
आज
फिर भी
जा
20
रहा
किया
है एक महीना हो गया
Claiming themselves as champions, PRX really need a win on Lotus in the next map coming up. I'm standing here with the biggest Jinx supporter in the world. Let's get some time to talk to this person now. 이제 옆에 PRX
I was a long distance
들어볼
long
시간인
distance
것
runner.
같은데요. 이제
Long distance क्या?
रनर भागती थी मैं 1500 meters 800
अरे
meters
दूर भाग रही थी कोई देख ही नहीं रहा था इसलिए इसको लगा कि एथलीट है
I'm Jin's mom.
भाविन भाई शर्म करो 20 मारा उसने आवाज आ रही है
징
어이.
선수의
마윈배.
어머니입니다. 자 그러면 이제 오늘 특별한 응원 도구를 들고 굉장히 열심히 응원해 주시고 있었는데 이 응원 도구에 대해서도 물어보도록 할게요. Now, can you tell us a little bit about this little Jing brother looking thing?
So I was thinking today how to make my son spot me in the crowd. So I decided to have his picture and
Aye?
his jersey.
तेरी मम्मी कितनी सुंदर है
हाँ ना
हाँ
오늘 징 선수가
진짜
이
배-
수많은
배했나가, 배.
관중들 앞에서
네.
어머니를 좀 어떻게 하면 찾을 수 있을까 열심히 생각을 했고 이렇게 좀 눈에 띄는 사진과 징 선수의 유니폼을 들고 와서 이제 징 선수가 어머니의 응원이 필요할 때마다 흔들면서 좀 사랑을 받을 수 있기 위해서 이런 거를 만들어서 준비를 하셨다고 했는데요. 이게 좀 효과가 있었던 것 같은지도 물어볼게요. Do you think it worked? Has Jing waved at you yet?
I think kind of works because he popped off on the second match. Yeah, he, baby, you playing very well.
약간 효과가 있는 것 같다고 생각을 합니다. 열심히 응원을 했더니 징 선수가 확실히 센터에서 굉장히 좋은 모습을 보여줬다고 하는데요. 근데 징 어머니가 정말 볼 때마다 페이퍼렉스가 라운드를 지면 너무 안타까워하시고 페이퍼렉스가 라운드를 이기면 너무너무 좋아하는 모습인데요. 이렇게 좀 아들이 그리고 아들의 팀이 경기를 치르는 걸 볼 때마다 어떤 느낌인지도 물어보도록 할게요. So I know you were very focused on the match and your eyes were on Jing, and I saw how hot and cold you were every time they dropped around or won around. So what's it like to watch your son perform in such a huge stage in such an intense moment?
I'm very nervous actually. Yeah, I hope PRX they can come back on the next match. Yeah.
정말 너무너무 긴장되기 때문에 다음 맵에서 반드시 승리를 가져갈 수 있었으면 좋겠다고 말을 하는데요. 그러면 징 선수를 포함해서 또 페이퍼렉스 선수들에게 응원의 한마디도 부탁해 보도록 할게요. So let's have a little shout out and anything you want to say to players on the PRX and also your son.
PRX boys, let's Gucci like Copenhagen, but this time round bring back the trophy. Okay? Let's make all your fans happy and the bosses.
계속해서 국제대회에서 살짝 아쉬운 모습이지만 이번에는 트로피를 들어 올리자, 이제 팬들을 모두 행복하게 해주자라고 얘기를 전했습니다. 이렇게 해서 찍머니 만나봤고요. 저희는 이제 페이퍼렉스가 어떻게 하면 계속해서 트로피에 도전할 수 있을지 분석 데스크에서 얘기해보도록 할게요. Now, thank you very much, Pearl. And thank you to PRX.
Yeah.
And that was the interview with Pearl, Jing's mom, and we're actually going to head over to the desk to talk about how PRX can beat DRX on Lotus.
Thank you, Auntie Pearl. She is the mom of PRX.
Yes.
She takes care of all the boys.
Yeah.
And yeah, I like how Jen was saying we're going to discuss how PRX is going to win on the next map. We would actually like that, you know, predictions aside, we want to see a full 5 game because that game just now was incredible. It was nail-biting every single moment. Both of them were performing top-notch.
Bings bhai, hello, आवाज आ रही है?
I mean, it was such a back and
बाहर
forth.
गए क्या?
So
कुछ तो
many
कर रही?
moments
Oh, Bings
to
bhai.
talk about in that game. It looked like for a second maybe PRX was going to bring this to a 1-1, but DRX really clutching. I mean, we know that DRX has stamina. We saw how they played yesterday, but today it's like next level stuff.
Yeah, I mean, DRX just barely climbing back into that overtime and then staying focused. And we talked about it yesterday. Once they go into overtime, they've been here so many times at Ascent. But I mean, listen, the Reyna, it did its job, right? Something continues to frag out. But unfortunately for Something, Buzz is literally having the map of his life on Ascent today, okay? I mean, he is getting all sorts of operator kills, all sorts of Blade Storm kills, all sorts of entries. He is just playing out of his mind today. And this is one of the reasons why a lot of people said, okay, maybe outside of the opping, he might still be the best entry player that Korea has produced in terms of his rifling. Well, today you add the operator Blade Storm on top.
Oh, yeah. The way you would entry with an operator, that's just next level, extremely top-notch. Now, what we have to talk about is the PRX team comp. And as we thought about it, it kind of made sense. With the Sky, Reyna, and Jing were raised. Jing to me is like raised, they're one.
Yeah.
But that triple comp is
चार
so
टीमों को दो यार, एक चैलेंज ये तो not fair.
बिना
भाभी से करा लिया
चैलेंज
मेरे को।
17 किया, बिना चैलेंज याद रखियो।
और हमारे 17 बोलने में मेरे सामने।
Yeah, I mean, there's several rounds if you want to look back on it, but as we're looking at this, just pay attention to how the entry works, because there's going to be a trailblazer that leads the way for the leer.
अपने तो lunch one stop कर ली, मैं तो अभी तो कुछ खाया भी नहीं।
Hold off
कहाँ
on
भाई? मैं
the trailblazer's already gone through. And
अभी तो
of course,
बोल रहे थे खाना
Stax
खा
have
लो।
to shoot and then turn away in fear of a potential guiding light. But then he turns around, he's faced with the leer. Something's able to just get the kill right away, and you just see, all right, the trailblazer goes through, he leers, and Stax is waiting for the guiding light. He's afraid of the actual flash flying out. Of course, we know, because we were looking at the screen, that it's not there anymore, that it's not available. But just the way that you're chaining it with either guiding lights or trailblazers, and then the leer, that guarantees the first kill, which then guarantees a dismiss, and then Jin can go in and clean house.
Yeah, I do want to emphasize this comp is brilliant, but it's like one of those comps that only really work for someone like PRX. Is really high level mechanical skill, and they can completely execute. Now, we saw a lot of this yesterday, but we saw it one more time today. Tasteless. Do pros fake?
They do not fake. And we had an incredible moment with that back here. So to start it off, we got Buzz, who's just been murdering, gets a double kill over here just past Catwalk. And now it looks like it's going to be a numbers game. The PRX does get a pretty healthy setup. They're going to be lurking and basically waiting just outside here in a lobby. But with the numbers that DRX has, I mean, they're able to clutch this in such a fun fashion. So we see the shots fired in. They start to spray him down. But the moment I wanted to catch here is the one right at the very end where they realize they just don't actually have enough bullets in the chamber to spam through and get that get the deny there on the defuse. Crazy moment. Obviously, we had so many insane moments with the overtime there, but that was one that really stuck out to me early on.
Yeah, that was one of those moments. My voice is hoarse from there's so many rounds.
We were screaming backstage.
Whether it's stealth defuses or just crazy moments. Now, Buzz, there was this round. It looked like it was in the back for PRX. It was really strong early on, but then Buzz gets this off, enters onto B site. Let's just see the full Buzz montage with an op.
Yeah, I mean, just the way he handles it, I mean, there's a couple of rounds, even his movement on top was really on point. But just the way he hides in this round, right? I mean, he gets the kill, and then he just hides.
This one here.
Yeah, in this wall, which is not an angle you usually hold with an operator. And then watch his movement afterwards. He immediately dashes. He has Shorty ready.
Oh my god!
What is that?
But that's what I want to point out, is that he had the awareness that he had to pull out the Shorty before he dashed so he could immediately go for the kill. Then he continues to hit all these shots, these flicks, whether it's waiting shots, flicks, whether it's peaks. And I will say this has been a criticism of Buzz and DRX as a whole for the longest time, that when they crack under pressure, the operator is not consistent. Well, boy, let me tell you, I think he might have actually gotten the most operator kills he's ever gotten in a single map today on Ascent.
That was disgustingly good, Buzz, with an op.
I mean,
oh, there are so many moments. I'm like, how is this possible? The way he just, the angles he's holding. Anyway, I have so many emotions for this particular grand final right now in general. You guys are hearing me like scream in the green room. This is just an incredible game so far. Now, we are going to go into the third map. Do you think we're going to close it off at a 3-0?
I mean, I think it's possible, but the way that PRX is playing, I mean, they look really, really strong. I mean, that was an incredible match that we had back there. But this is a map we don't have the same kind of ddata that we have on, like we did on Ascent.
Yeah, Lotus is going to be...
Well, we have no data, right, for the DRX side.
Exactly.
So curious to see, but I mean, for DRX's sake, I do hope they're still playing the Jet, right? Buzz is feeling it right now.
Yeah.
I mean, he is in the zone, and you know, at a certain point going into overtime, I was like, I kind of wish we had requested a Blade Storm montage instead of an op, because he was just hitting all his shots with those too. I mean, the guy was really on one today. See if he can continue that. The question is what else will they pick? I mean, the casters mentioned Neon is a possibility, a bit of a niche pick, but that could happen. Geckos have been tried on Lotus as well. We haven't seen DRX ever try that agent just yet. But if Zest is still playing, I gotta imagine he's probably playing something like the Fade or the Sova. I gotta assume Breach for Stacks. I mean, that's kind of, maybe the KO, they like to kind of bounce back and forth between those flashes, but we just have no idea. We're grasping at straws here.
We're seeing the two personalities of the teams really play out. I mean, so far it's worked very well here. For DRX, I would imagine it's probably going to be a fairly conservative and maybe even typical comp that we're going to see from them. For PRX, maybe they get experimental, maybe they try something crazy, but if they can't win now, I mean, look, Game 2 was really close, but it is possible we have a 3-0. I mean, right now, PRX has the burden of having to pull that reverse sweep off. I don't know what to expect on this new map.
I mean, PRX did pick Lotus. I don't know if it's going to be as unexpected as Ascent was, but I know all the fans, even all like over the side of me right here, which is like hordes of DRX fans, we all want to see more of this. And one thing's for sure, we've said this so many times, whether win or lose, PRX DRX games just go by in an instant.
Oh yeah, I mean, just the speed. And then now that DRX is really accepting the fact that, okay, if you're playing against PRX, you just kind of have to PRX with them, right? You can't try to fight against the flow. So the pacing is very quick, but sometimes we're blessed with these overtimes and we still get a lot of these rounds. Yeah, I am just curious about the composition. Also on PRX's side, I mean, you mentioned, do they bring out something new again? We got to remember, on week 1, this was one of those maps they played Yoru on. Afterwards, they shelved it, and Alex continues to say, even on Twitter, he even told me and Quack, he was like, no, that's been shelved forever, unless something learns it. So I don't know, maybe something's picked up Yoru on top of the arena. I mean, who knows? But they played with the Yoru raise, they played with the Jet raise. Curious to see if that changes at all here for PRX.
Speaking of Alex's, I wonder if his death survived. There were so many moments where Mind Freak, he was the last man standing. And honestly, he was in really tough positions, but I'm just hearing that echo in my head. Aaron, what are you doing? In other words, you know, and like I'm kind of, you know, quoting a little bit.
Paraphrasing.
Paraphrasing.
For TV-friendly paraphrasing, yeah.
I mean, the person who's probably most concerned about Alex's desk is the camera operator that installed the camera for the coach cams, because it keeps getting shaken up and out of focus. We can't see Alex anymore. Like, where's
there an earthquake happening over there? What's going on? Look, I mean, we go back and we look at that last game, and obviously, I mean, what a crazy way to end game 2 in an overtime like that. One round is different, and we're actually tied up 1-1 here, right?
Yeah.
Obviously, 2-0 and 1-1 is massively different, but I think PRX is playing the best. Even though they're down, the best that we've seen, and I think they still really do have a chance. I wouldn't be surprised if we see them win map 3.
I mean, yeah, it's just about kind of regaining focus and accepting the fact that, okay, you don't know what's coming, so you just have to play your own game, right? And I think maybe this is the most PRX we'll see out of today, whether it goes to map 5, whether it goes to map 4 or not, because they're playing with no information on DRX's Lotus. And I gotta imagine DRX probably hasn't really shown it too much in scrims around like VCT teams either, because they've been hiding it, right? They've probably been scrimming in other ways. So PRX just has to accept, okay, no matter what happens, we play our game, right? No anti-stratting. Don't try to like guess what they're doing. Just go with the flow, get contact, go with the mid-rounding that we've always had this whole season, and see how it plays out. And maybe they get back into their natural element in that form, because if not, I mean, with the supporting of the members like Stax and Zest, the way Buzz is playing today, I'm curious to see what his numbers were on Ascent, because they were just astronomical in terms of the impact they had for DRX.
Yeah. DRX, you know, we've said this a couple of matches ago at this point. We're waiting for DRX to be activated. Whenever they drop a map, they tend to come back that much stronger in the second map. But we kind of stopped seeing that. But today, it's like they saved it all up for this very moment, the grand final. Because it's like they almost knew they'd be here in the grand final, and they were saving up all this energy and making sure that they can push back against PRX.
I got to agree. I mean, it looks like coming into this, they basically prepped for both teams fully.
Oh, yeah, sure.
Like they were completely prepared to move forward and not be too worried about being overexposed as far as data, as far as plays go. When we had that major match yesterday. I mean, they gave it their all, and they're still coming in here with a lot of new ideas.
And here's the thing. I think one way to prove that is even yesterday against T1, we saw Buzz picking up the operator, pushing out consistently, except he was getting caught, right? Whether it was nerves, whether it was good timing from T1, one way or the other, clearly it wasn't a complete change of style. But today, their confidence is there. Whatever they did in the last 12 hours to just rest up and stay focused, it's working out for DRX. And obviously, of course, I mean, for both teams in the lower finals, I'm sure they prepped against PRX. Maybe at the same time, PRX, because the match yesterday went so long, they had to keep guessing, like, okay, who's really going to come and face us in the grand finals today?
Well, DRX did a really good job covering up anything that they were going to be doing for today. If they're just like a completely different team. Now, Forsaken is that flex player. On Lotus, do we expect him to continue that trend?
Yeah, I mean, we did see him playing that Cypher, I believe, the last time they played here in the upper bracket of the playoffs. I wouldn't be surprised if we see that again. I mean, I think Cypher's fine on this map, but the real question is I think more so than the Cypher, how comfortable do they feel with the Jet raise? Although, given how Something and Jing playing so well in those positions, maybe there's no reason to change that, right? Only kind of the supporting cast. Maybe Reyna comes back out. Like, I don't know.
You really don't know these guys.
No.
But they are all starting on the defender side. PRX usually always picks attacker side, so this is
yeah, I gotta imagine though the comp probably doesn't change for PRX. It depends on how good they felt about that match, because they only have that one iteration elimination with the Cypher and then the one in week 1 with the Yoru, so they're very far apart, even for PRX. But I imagine you stick it, right? You've only shown it once. You shouldn't be too worried about how much you showed to potential opponents like DRX, and then you just play your own game.
Let's remember, stamina is going to be key here if PRX is going to actually have that reverse sweep. Statistically, coming back and winning 3 games when you're down 2 in Valorant, but in almost any esporting match, it's a rare thing, but it does happen. But they got to be able to get their head in the game. They got to be able to zero in on even the smallest errors that they made back there. Because if they can't, you know, there's a lot of wiggle room here for DRX. There's a lot of room for experimentation. We're kind of going into the unknown here on this map. We just don't have, you know, the kind of data that we can pick from here, and in some cases none for, you know, one of the teams. So it's going to be very interesting. This agent composition is going to be essential. I can't wait for them to pull that up on screen so we can start to figure out what ideas are going to be at play. Is DRX going to lean into, you know, what they've often been known for, kind of this conservative style? We've already figured it out. We're going to play, in quotes, the right way. Is PRX going to come out here with new, creative, exciting ideas? And how is that going to be executed as we go into map 3?
All right, so RB on 𝐿𝐿𝐾𝐿, that indicates that Buzz should be the main entry. The question is it Jet or Raisin? What? Stacks Omen? Okay, so double controller, but because RB is playing the 𝐿𝐿𝐾𝐿, and they don't have Foxy9 on the roster, it's going to be the Omen for Stacks. Meanwhile, PRX are sticking with the same composition, so excuse me for a second if I focus more so on DRX's comp, but the feed coming up for Zest, that's not the big surprise, but they're going with single initiator, no flashes by the way, only the paranoia, and Stacks has only played Omen 3 times in the history of his full career in Valorant, and he's bringing it back out today on Lotus.
Well, whatever it is, I'm glad PRX has managed to fish out Lotus from DRX, as I know all of us, no matter who you're supporting, is really curious how DRX is gonna play on Lotus.
Yeah, I mean, okay, so the Omen, we know the Paranoia works well to contest for space, but they don't have the breach to go with it. They don't have extra flashes, so it's really, I'm more curious about kind of the toxic screen setups that you might have from the Viper. Meanwhile, I mean, this is a big question here for PRX.
And let's not forget, if PRX cannot start to win here now, this is going to be a short finals. It's been incredible. I'll never forget game 2 as long as I live, but they need to bring it. They need to figure out what exactly they can do, whether it's big adjustments or small adjustments, and try to come out on top, because right now the momentum is clearly here for DRX.
This could be the map where we find out who's going to take home that trophy, the very first champion of VCT Pacific. We've got map 3 up and ready to go. DRX versus PRX. Let's go over to our casters, Achilles and Paperthin.
Thank you very much, and boy, what an interesting thing to catch here. Stacks coming back out on the Omen, as William was pointing out. He's only played it a handful of times in the past, and it's so long ago that we barely have, you know, statistics on it. This is not something that he has done for a considerable while. But it's the first time that we are seeing what they have been putting up. They have refused to show this map until right now. We're forced to find PRX. Let's see how it looks whether PRX can take it down.
I'm super curious about this for DRX. Same comp that Team Liquid just played against Foot on this same map the other night. So how is it going to look for DRX? I mean, Team Liquid barely came through with a long overtime win against Foot over in EMEA. Now over here to DRX. How are they going to handle this? I mean, again, Buzz, a pretty good raise. He gets better every time I see him. But certainly the Jet is more what he is known for. See how he's going to handle, how he's going to pilot this. I mean, I think anybody going up in the raise battle against Jing is basically not going to come out ahead. But it's a team effort here for DRX as always. And PRX, yes, Jing, something played great on that last map. Now we need to see 𝐿𝙈, who's been that steady, sturdy player. He'll come through and be that hero on this map once again. When they needed him against VFM, he was the guy.
Somehow, some way, it just feels strange to think about it in this regard, but we're here on map 3, and it's the first time that we're getting something on his jet, because he played that breach to begin, then moved over to the arena. So this should be maximum comfort with he and Jing with their signature picks.
DRX angling in here towards the A site. Couple trap wires here.
Oh, and Buzz kind of leaping over it, but also destroying. It does get the catch-all. 𝐿𝐾𝐾 going to be taken down. Hot in the back site. However, Buzz just comes strafing across the frenzy in hand. Finds one. Forsaken. Gets another before falling. Stacks has claimed the kill. Push on the back, and oh my god, Buzz comes away with 3, puts some damage down. Nade out. Reset on that one. Something with a one-tap. Eliminates RB. Now just Buzz and Stacks left standing. Push out right here into the smoke. They'll send some spray towards him. The bullets making connection. Stacks shifting back around directly in front of him, and Buzz, he'll be the one to take it out. A 4K for him to kick off the first pistol round win of DRX in this series.
I mean, something doing what he can at the end of that, trying to isolate those fights with those smokes, trying to maybe also fake a wrap back around the other side here, but this is just, I mean, PRX just not expecting that repeat. There was a flash in that direction. It splashed onto some DRX players, but Buzz there just holding the line. And this is a crazy start here. I mean, finally DRX wins a pistol. That's their first pistol win, believe it or not, of this entire series. Just absolutely insane to think that they're up 2-0 and they haven't won a single damn pistol. Something
really looking for it, but takes a little bit of damage in response. The I could go ahead and pop back up.
DRX able to shift towards this open C site. Toxic screen there. Cut off front half if necessary. Prowler to check. Paranoia to cover Link. And you do have something there playing real close.
Prowler goes straight past him. It's going to be on red. Pop flash over the top. Just backs away into Waterfall. He wants to swing around the back side as well. As they look for a temple push here. Mind Freak moving out. Something with a little bit of damage down. 𝐿𝐾𝐾, however, hoping to find 2. As they send out the C's, just to catch and weaken anybody that they possibly can. Waiting for the wall to drop. Hoping for a headshot, hoping to get some kind of weapon out of their hands. And then, even if they lose one, they can afford it. The Stacks only comes into this one with a ghost. Up over the top, it will be a flawless RB. Eventually catching him. DRX off to the races.
Yeah, I love the way that this season DRX has adjusted their anti-eco buys. Where they use that ghost often on Stacks, like you're saying. They can recover from 1 or 2 drop guns a little bit easier. Also with a lot of the half armors now for DRX, they can stretch some of those buys out a little bit further. So the way they manage their economy, you can get those Bulldogs, grab that rifle for Buzz, and you're able to stretch this into Bulldogs and a rifle against rifles, and they are scary. This is one of the best teams with Bulldogs, especially Zest. Guy is absolutely cracked with that gun.
Made to clear rubble just in case there's a fast push out from Buzz looking to blast past his way across, or Stacks TPing over. Nothing noted, as we do get to see a little top down of the Cypher cam setup here for Forsaken on the C site. Blizzard sent through, pushing off the back of it. Pops a tailwind, but he's vulnerable out, so pulls back for a moment. Ping's coming down. They're very wary of somebody being in this position. He takes a shot, backs off the Prowler, spotting. I think he might have just been able to see 𝐿𝐿𝐼 on the back end of that.
We've got a little bit of time here as DRX to really think about this. You're able to buy some space on your backside. Leave RB there to watch it. Here comes the entry right over that Cypher utility.
Put that snake bite right at Jing's feet. Revealed, does catch Forsaken for a moment. Continues to sit back with a one-way setup. Still damn good. Spraying through, Stacks gonna be able to find one. Jing gets another. Paint shells built up once more. Sends it towards water. A little bit of damage down to Stacks, who returns some spray through that smoke, but will not find a connection. RB in the meantime, look at him! He's gotten his way, slicked all the way across, peeks in towards Waterfall, finds a kill, brings it back to a 3v3. They're not going to send it all the way to A. It's a little bit low on time, so they opt to just plant right here on B site. 𝐿𝐿𝐼𝑆 playing forward, up into the smoke. Close by, sees the gun barrel, goes for the spray, finds one, can't quite get the second. 𝐿𝐼𝑆 keeps himself alive and in the fight. Oops. It's another iffy flash. Drop down the tap. Mindfreak trying to provide some covering fire. Will be able to get one. Leaves RB now. 1v1, armorless. The push up gets the dink, but cannot get the kill. Mindfreak will survive with 10 HP to get PRX on the board.
Oh, what a costly round here, though, for PRX. DRX almost taking the bonus just by one bullet, the narrowest of margins there. DRX, a great job here by RB to watch the backside. You know, they really push a lot of space here. They shove PRX way away from that A main area. So they have a lot more control. Their backside's a little bit more clear. Good setup on the C site for the side of PRX. Able to get some good kills, especially off that one way from the Cypher. But still, just barely. Yeah, you can hear a sigh of relief. Certainly warranted there for PRX. This time around, just Forsaken. Going to be there with a Bulldog onto the C site. Alarm bot going to be left on the backside here. I'll start clearing space around the sand dune. Buzz has his all.
Showstopper online. Same nade. Flashback entry, gets himself through one of the cyber cages. Across the opposite side, but the dart does come in. He's got to stop for a brief moment to go ahead and remove that. Continuing to advance. Showstopper still not drawn out. He's got one in his back pocket. Forsaken, however, finding one. Jing joining in. Line stacks as well. Showstopper from Jing. Sent it close corner. And that's going to be Buzz taken down just mere moments after he gets the plan across. 𝐿𝐼𝑆 holding close. Flash comes in. Jing pushes off the back of it. Finds a third. It's all on RB in a 1v4. And well, they know exactly where he's at. Has to just let the defuse happen. Pulls away. PRX tied up at 2-2.
Great hold here from PRX. You know, able to deal with that pressure. There aren't a lot of mollies here onto the side of PRX's combo that they've put together for this map, if you think about it. They've just got the raise, so some of these landing sites and stuff are going to be a little bit more free for Buzz and for DRX. So they're playing a little bit further back, and Forsaken's doing a really nice job using the cyber cages to create these one-ways, create difficult angles for DRX to really get good vision on what's going on behind the C site. And now with a Judge, some weaker utility, and of course that Showstopper. Some pings are coming out here from DRX, and 𝐿𝐼𝑆 good for the opener.
I mean, the triple push out from B. Yeah, 𝐿𝐼𝑆 coming away with a kill. That's at the ready. Gets the catch on a one. Buzz has to swap to the classic just to try to clear it out. Continues to push, and Forsaken, he gets ahead of it. The rocket goes too deep. He'll be grateful for that. Holds on to the Odin for a bit longer. Now Buzz getting pushed on. A decent amount of damage, and says with a headshot, will be able to finish off something, but now Mindfreak makes his way through, finds 2 quick kills. Stacks, CP's back over to A, calling for 𝐿𝐼𝑆 to join him. 𝘿𝐿𝐼𝑆 going to be committed. Let's go ahead and reveal, yeah, he is on the opposite side of the map. But as far as where he'll be, now that ult has expired, you're gonna have to try to suss it out.
And now you're able to heal up back with 𝘍𝐼.
They're gonna pit?
Yeah, 𝐿𝐼𝑆's got the pit.
Coming close to them. Spray coming through. They realize just how many people are on the opposite side of this wall. 𝐿𝐼𝑆 tucked into the corner, sees the flash go across. Sees 2, but 𝘍𝐼! What a pivot! Turns quickly, gets the headshot, leaving Stacks all on his lonesome. Smoke to try to caterpillar forward, and 𝘍𝐼 will be good for the second. What a shutdown from him. Narrow margins, but a couple seconds remaining. PRX now take the lead.
3 in a row now for PRX, and this is great recognition at the end here. When Stacks throws out his smoke, they just start pushing that angle. They know that he's got to be coming from there. They just start spraying and going. A great hold here by Mindfreak. Clean double. Good angle taken there by 𝐿𝐼𝑆, but 𝘍𝐼 with a great response. We talked about it. This guy's been phenomenal all season. Starting to come alive here onto Lotus, and that turn likely saved that round.
Oh yeah. Getting rid of 𝐿𝐼𝑆 is absolutely everything. Now 3-2. Once again, out, does get cleared. Something. Operator in hand. The jump over the top. Not sure if he was quite spotted, but Prowler taken down. And it seems like they might have a decent enough idea of what's waiting for them on the opposite side. Zest is still nearby. Sheriff in hand, speaking across. There's a swing out, and now they definitely know.
Let's see if they're gonna maybe try to punish this. They're pinching onto something here, and he's all alone.
He's opening the door, but I don't know if does he realize there's people on the opposite side. The pinch game ready to come through. Updraft over the top. Narrowly manages to elude death. Significant damage dealt either. Probably to check the jump peak. They know where he's at. The nade is heading right towards him. There's a little bit of damage as Buzz again going to be caught up here on the entry, and something with a shorty comes up with two, pulls the blades instantly, dumps them, but Forsaken finds the kill. RB trying to push his way in. German hand does get Jing, all people. Mako will find one, but a 1v3. Something back up to full HP. The spike is recovered, 25 seconds remaining. Don't know if Mako has many options. He would love to probably hold on to the Vandal, try to save it, but now he's been noted by the Trailblazer. He's completely stuck in the side.
It's just so difficult here. Something going to be creeping in, and Mind Freak from the side is going to finish the job to the wall. And yeah, it's tough to plant on that C site sometimes once they have those angles, because you can wall bank so many spots to get into there. So you have to push a little bit more space, and PRX has done a phenomenal job of not giving up that extra space. You know, even when Buzz had his showstopper in the previous round, Forsaken there able to dodge it, able to sidestep it by going up that ramp to get ahead of it. So they're doing a really good job making sure that they're containing this C site that DRX has been hitting over and over and over again.
And it's been consistent change-ups on Forsaken where he's putting his traps.
Yes.
Sure that Buzz is constantly guessing. He's been kind of doing the same thing. So Forsaken says, okay, well, I'll just put my traps where I think you're going to entry from, and where your paint shells aren't going to destroy it. And it's been working a treat. So this will be a timeout called by DRX, who have since given up 4 consecutive rounds now to PRX. Termi wants to try to right the ship.
Yeah, and I like that you talk about that, because that's one thing at the beginning of this that I was noticing is that Buzz was getting some pretty free entries just along that southern wall on the C site. There wasn't much that, you know, again, there aren't a lot of mollies and other things. There's no Killjoy here to like put nanos down to kind of punish those aggressive pushes by duelists on the side of PRX's comp. So, you know, for Forsaken, he has to keep this mixed up. And, you know, for Buzz, one way you can kind of counter that is to just throw your paint shells where you plan on landing. That does kind of start telegraphing what you're going to do, but that way, like you could say, like, you got to clear that utility. So potentially, you know, Buzz could try to shift the way he uses those paint shells on those entries a little bit. But in general, I want to see DRX shift how they're attacking this map. And oh my God.
I mean, something, he's been taking note of it. Monko's been doing that jump peek with some regularity. Gets himself nice and up in the position. Just go ahead and find that kill. And Mind Freak in the meantime slinks his way forward. Stacks caught off guard. The Prowler hadn't spotted anything. Buzz moving up. Well, didn't destroy the trap bomb.
The timing on that is very good for Jing. Well played by him.
And that's going to be RB as well. Caught this round off the back of the timeout. Absolutely beautifully engineered from the side of PRX. Yeah, they will lose Jing. It's not going to be a flawless, but they continue to rack up the rounds now 5-2.
Yeah, that's starting to look like that disjointed DRX that we started to see towards the end of the season here. Kind of just getting isolated. Oh my God, he just knew where that jump peak was going to be. Absolutely nuts. And yeah, Jing there right at the perfect timing. Buzz, not sure if he's trying to clear that trap intentionally or not, but
I don't believe so.
I don't think so either.
Okay. Final moments here of the round. Let's see Mako go ahead and pick up a Bulldog. Again, paint shells on rubble, and Buzz goes right into them. And it's actually Stacks! Did he just TP in? Not realizing. Jing's been doing this, and now it comes up with value. The showstopper takes out Buzz. And this force down from DRX is getting completely shut out. Just stuck in behind the half wall. Divide finds the kill, does fall low. Mako getting one, RB getting another. As far as the cash flow is concerned, PRX are completely untouchable at the moment. This RB can kill them all, which he will not. PRX weren't going to be concerned about that at all. 6-2 here on this defending side. And it's worth pointing out, just given the performances that we had from him on the first 2 maps, 𝐵uzz, he got that 4K in the first round. He got that in the pistol. He hasn't found anything since.
Yeah, and this is just some of the concern I have sometimes, for DRX and why on a lot of maps that you usually would run a raise, they don't. On Fracture, why you've got RB on Neon. I mean, of course his Neon is, as we saw earlier, absolutely unbelievable. But also, 𝐵uzz's raise just isn't quite up to par compared to some of the other raises we have in this league. And Jing, as you can see, just is getting the better of him. RB's going to try to use this lockdown to clear some space onto B. He should be good to go for that. There's not really much that PRX can do unless they really just aggressively try to push space.
Okay, well, 𝐵uzz reading to try to get the orb. Again, KappA coming across, and just a little bit too slow to try to push in. Jing gets back in towards Baby Door, finds one. Push up through the nano. Something with the shorty, finds one. RB, however, and 𝐾𝐾𝐾 going to be able to fight back. Bring them into a numbers advantage. A couple weapons recovered. 𝐵uzzz now up in hand, but Forsaken surprises with the 𝐿𝙊𝙈, and they have to go ahead and turn tail. Start making their way into the A site. Fast on their heels. Forsaken 𝐷𝐼, hovering nearby. 𝐾𝐾𝐾 tucking away here in stairs. Spots one, swings to the corner, gets the timing, can't quite make it work. And now RB with a stinger and 52 HP. He's going to see if he can stop this momentum. Deny a 7th consecutive round away from PRX. Top on the spike. He takes the bait. 𝐷𝐼 just snatches him out of the water. The fuse will come in. 7-2. The bleeding is not stemmed.
No, this is just incredible stuff here once again from 𝐷𝐼. I mean, this is the map where he seems to just come alive sometimes for PRX. Once again, just huge stuff. I mean, I just love the way PRX handles this lockdown. Yes, they have to give up the space, but then they just start slamming utility into the front of the B site to really delay DRX from being able to push aggressively off that lockdown like you would want to do, to get in there, make sure you get that plant down, get set up for post plants. They're never able to do that. They're never comfortable enough to do that. And then the crossfires start coming in, and yes, DRX is able to slip the net a little bit at A-Link and head over to A, but at the end of the day, just PRX is reading them like a book.
I mean, Jing just gets himself pushed over to rubble, and then the covering fires in, the flashes go flying. 𝐷𝐼 taking down 𝐵uzz. Every time they try to attack this A site, they are just getting completely and utterly shut down. Door now broken open. They're going to try to cut noise and maybe wait for the one-way to dissipate, try to re-aggress out towards rubble, but it just has not been working.
Looks like he just wants to reset it. They're trying to push out.
They say, oh, it doesn't matter. 𝐷𝐼 catches 3 in the round, 8-2. 2 rounds left to go in this half with no end in sight. PRX are delivering a message right now.
Well, I think we see why DRX perma-banned this map throughout the season. It's definitely something they're struggling to find good ideas on, and I think one thing that does hurt here is the Sky utility gives you so much further range to control space here, especially here outside of A main on this map, near the root, near rubble. And it allows like Jing or whoever, Mind Freak with the teleport or Jing with the blast packs to get to rubble and create that crossfire.
That would have been a hell of a timing for something. Even more impressive than when he had caught 𝐾𝐾𝐾. Speaking of catching somebody, Stax just swings out. He's dead. IGL on the floor. Not sure what that was. But our sincerest apologies.
I'm like, did we add a new ult to the game that I'm not aware of?
Either way, neural theft. 3 members left alive. Vandals in hand, cashless. With 1 more round to be played. 𝐵uzz will lose out on the aim duel there versus Jing. Looks like 𝑍st and 𝐾𝐾𝐾 are still gonna try to play this, but that bite does not go deep enough. 𝐿𝙊𝙁 is waiting. 𝐾𝐾𝐾 quick with a headshot, but so is Jing. In a position, and he'll get the 3rd. 9-2. And this could just be over in a matter of moments.
No, this is just destruction here for PRX. I mean, now they've got the wind underneath them. they're just, every move that DRX wants to make is just being countered here. I mean, Jing takes space, completely unaccounted for by DRX. He's winning fights all over the place, and yeah, certainly PRX fans have a lot to be cheering about now. It's 9 rounds in a row, so I don't know, maybe the trick here for DRX is to lose their pistol rounds and then they finally won a pistol round, and I was like, oh boy.
Couldn't tell you.
Yeah.
Prowler, as well as the Paranoia sent. Showstopper though, Buzz pushing through it. Both of his blast packs can't close any more distance, so eventually we'll just have to send out the ult. So nothing found, Mako catches something. Blast pack in, Showstopper, quick turn, spots Mako, sends it towards water, and Jing comes up with the kill to equalize. Push out, Buzz finding one. Odin, however, still there. Sinkar unable to drag across, doesn't get that elimination. Paint shells thrown right at his feet. Jing backs away, he holds the line. Now they're split apart. RB spotted, Jing pushing forward, he shuts him down. And this is going to be the 9-3. Buzz now identified. Plant around the corner. Ping coming down. Spike will get planted just as Mindfreak finds the kill. RB tries to get into a surprise position, and the turret distracts him long enough. He will be able to take it. But it's a 9-3 half delivered to DRX, and given what we've been seeing, this would have to be an absolute miraculous turnaround to invoke any form of curse.
Yeah, we've already dodged it once today because it isn't real. as you and I are curse atheists, I guess. I don't know, but
sure.
Like, yeah.
We don't believe in it.
Yeah, we don't believe in this curse, despite the general perception. I think it's more of a, people just look at it so much that it exists, even though it really doesn't. But look, just phenomenal for PRX. I'm so happy with the way they're playing. I mean, those blast packs from Jing in that last round, just beautiful. The way he's able to get up in the air, get the showstopper off, maneuver himself so he goes back towards waterfall, so he's safe on the landing. I mean, just brilliant aerial acrobatics that Jing has on this raise. And, anytime Buzz had his ult, just either dodged or completely just, ran away from by the side of PRX. So a brilliant half. Yeah, DRX got one there at the end. It was a good little play there from RB. Secure that. And Mindfreak saw Buzz's booty and didn't almost won that round. Able to, again, you can wallbang so much on that C site, especially with that Odin.
Pressure certainly getting ramped up here. DRX backs against the wall, now in danger of dropping this map and having the series extended. And yeah, very big smiles and laughter coming out here from Coach Alex. Not something that we've gotten to see really so far today. It's been stern looks, but right now it's going to be Terming who's got that on his face.
The desk breathes a sigh of relief. Things now start to go into PRX's favor here. They switch over to the attacker side. And certainly, you feel very confident anytime PRX is on the attacker side, especially with this double duelist comp. Really get through there. Forsaken can be a real nuisance on this Cypher. A lot of times he's out there lurking around the map, causing problems for the other teams. You've got to be really aware of Forsaken's positioning here. A lot of work for RB potentially if this starts to go deep, to be the guy kind of tracking the movement here of Forsaken and the others. But now just a little bit of a push out in the B to see if anybody from DRX was...
He was wide enough now, it certainly is. And okay. Lucky to not get headshot there. Marco does have that half armor. It's a minor little tap onto the shoulder as he raises the poison orb. Creep forward, tap on the door, checking to see if there's anyone forward outside of P. Nothing noted. Buzz just continues to hold the line. We'll pull back away. Grab the ultimate for himself. All of PRX is drifting towards this race. Sees one. Sends out an answering shot. HL still pocketed. Tap at the door. Nade goes out, sends out a blast pack to try to keep them at arm's length. Really of note can be found so far is the paranoia, the flash, they all come crashing in. But for now, push onto the door. Zest going to be the first to fall. MxB finding the kill. For a bit more as they position and pivot in towards B. RB taken down. Mako really trying to find something. Stacks won't be able to come away with one. Jing now up close with a frenzy. Wins out on the fight. And PRX say, yeah, we gave you one, but we're going to take the other. Pistol round is theirs, and now they're in double digits.
I mean, PRX is just really trying to sell this fake towards A. They dumped so much utility at Buzz. I saw, you know, guiding light, paranoia, another guiding light, everything in the kitchen sink. Buzz is completely pinned, and I think it's trying to, you know, buy rotates from DRX. DRX doesn't really bite, but then they just get swarmed and shut down here. I mean, Forsaken and MxB just bullying their way through this site. Take this round over. It isn't anything, you know, strategic here that DRX did wrong. They just got outgunned as kind of been part of the story of this map. You know, on the other side of the coin, I think a bigger story is just the way that PRX controls the mains. Yeah.
Giving him an out, honestly. So here's his cloud burst. Go ahead and exit the safety. Push up, looking for the no-scope, not quite gonna find it, but MxB will be able to get stack access, down, and with the dog stun, it's a very easy swing on the corner. As they look for a flawless now to take it to 11. Will bounce up, gets the plant down. I mean, you can see the importance that PRX has been putting on getting him showstoppers on this map. As they jump in and hey, there's a roadblock! I'd love to hear the comms in that moment. He's got to be calling. He's in front of me! Is that a turn? No, it is not. Oh. With the Mako. And with RB dead, that is a flawless. That is now 11 rounds. And they just need 2 more to get themselves their first map win here in this grand final and extend the series.
Just clean stuff from PRX. I mean, just, you know, doing their due diligence. Once they've got Buzz trapped in that corner, let's make sure Dunes is clear. MxB on point with the Bulldog to make sure that's done. And then Buzz with the, you know, just stuck in there trying to do anything he can, but the grenade was a little late. And around the corner came PRX. Now, grenade there, probably to clear utility. The response is going to be the poison cloud here from Mako as he begins to back up. A lot coming in here as Jing is his ult.
Stopper at the ready. A little bit of damage slowed up by that turret and RB. Let's take his head off, so Showstopper not finding value this time around. A good kill, but they need so much more. Buzz pushing forward, reading. That could be here. That's somebody's position. And while he was really ready for it, he just doesn't quite get that headshot. Takes Forsaken down to 38, but he connects in with the vibe. Very much get healed up as the flash timing is absolutely gorgeous. They managed to survive. Something and Forsaken both tagged low, but they will find Zest. They flush him out, and that is map point now for PRX.
Wow. I mean, this is just incredible stuff for PRX. I mean, they are so well drilled here on this map. The way they're responding to everything is so good. Yeah, okay, RB goes fishing, catches one, but then something there with that Spectre, absolutely incredible. MxB good on the end. Yeah, just clean here from PRX. And certainly, it looks like we are going to be going to a map 4. We are going to be going to that bind.
Jump across, a shot in. Minor damage is something at the end of it all, but look at the rush that they are continuing with. Mumba going to be cleared out. Prowler cleared. Cloudburst down. Paranoia not connecting. Something. Bree swings in. Manages to adjust. Finds both Mako and Buzz. Slower. Still on the hunt. In the meantime, RB alone over at Waterfall. Pushes in, spots one, catches another. Can't quite get Jing, but gets the dink across to try to set up for the round win. Plants into 2v2. Jing at 35. The heals now coming in from 𝐿𝙊𝐼𝙈 as he himself will also take some damage. Back TPs across the nade. Set loose. And as they swing around, Jing will be able to finish the job. 13-3. The first time that we get to see Lotus from DRX, and I think it's going to be the last time for a very long time because it was not good. PRX, however, absolutely, utterly dominant get themselves a map win and extend the grand finals.
Yeah, just absolutely masterful here from PRX, and maybe the beginning of a comeback. At least going to push us to Pearl, potentially to Bind. For our decider, we'll see. But this is just, I mean, the way they control space on this map is so good. You know, 𝐿𝙬 comes up huge, talking about him needing to step up, talking about how important he's been for this team, and his flashes were so impactful to set up Jing a lot on those entries. MxB there really clean, so some of the guys that we were, you know, maybe kind of looking to step it up here for PRX absolutely did.
Yeah.
Some big rounds.
Just clearly right at home and comfortable here. Everybody across the board from the side of PRX finding their groove a lot more than we've seen from them in those first two maps. But for DRX, he was completely and utterly disjointed. I mean, comp aside, just comfort being shown, shots were not being hit. Clearly, this is not a map that they have managed to really nail down yet.
Yeah, I mean, you can tell that Stax hasn't played a lot of Omen on stage. You know, again, Buzz's raise is just not quite up to par, especially when you're going up against a, you know, a team like PRX and a player like Jing, who, again, I will say it over and over and over again, the best raise we have here in Pacific. No doubt about that in my book. Something back to the comfort of his jet, right? So I think for, you know, for PRX, this is a much more comfortable situation. For DRX, you could see that this was not something they were ready for.
Well, it's that hands. This will not be a 3-0. This will not be DRX walking away with yet another trophy with relative ease. PRX have fought back. They will be taking us now to Pearl, where they will look to continue and engineer a reverse sweep. Do not go anywhere. We're going to go to a break. We'll have the desk break down the very brief action from Lotus, and then we'll dive right back in for more Pacific action. Just going to catch a caught in the backside. However, Buzz comes scraping across the frenzy and can't find him, playing the kill. Push on the back and over out. Reset on that one. And continues to sit back. The one who's by sees the gun barrel, goes for the spray, finds one. MxB trying to out. That one in the back pocket. Take it, goes up with King. Sending closer coming out here from DRX. John will be able to control something, but now MxB makes his way. How they're attacking this man. And it's going to be RB. We're doing this, and now it comes up with untouchable at the moment. It's RB. Trap wire come down off in hand from Forsaken. In caught Mako. Catching some. One more round of the play. Waiting. Mako quick with a headshot, but so is Jing. In position, lies. Push out. Buzz finding one. Odin, however, still go. Really trying to find something to be able to get his access. Going to be down and with the dunk pushing forward. Reading that could be here.
Red Bull gives you wings. Red Bull gives you wings. Red Bull gives you
VCT Pacific. We just finished Game 3 on Pearl, and PRX makes sure that we continue on to a map 4. I don't know, maybe it was the Pearl buff, as in Jing's mom buff.
Yeah, that's her
She
name.
started threatening them gently, as a mother does, with, you know, the owners are going to be upset. People are going to be upset unless you get to the next map.
A little bit of esports tiger mom there from Jing's mom. Look, I mean, it was kind of weird because the last map was so back and forth, and even as I was watching the score develop here on map 3, I was a little bit of denial. I'm like, okay, well, it's like 9-3, but I mean, obviously it's going to have to go overtime on map 2. But no, PRX, I mean, they clean house. They played an extremely good map 3 there, and DRX, I mean, just stopped it after looking so dominant. PRX has so much more life now.
Yeah, I mean, PRX, they started with the momentum, and they're able to just hold it on defense, you know, in the first half, only giving up 3 rounds, and then, you know, they continue to win the pistol round, and then they move on through, just really locking down. And I gotta say, this kind of gave me a bit of a flashback to when Fracture was very first released back in 2021. You know, a lot of the teams had to play for the first time at Champions 2021, and DRX, they went into their match against Fnatic sounding confident on Fracture, and they got demolished, right? And they learned this hard lesson of, okay, scrims don't mean everything, right? Until we face off against different metas, different styles on a live server, we cannot say that we are prepared, and we're kind of seeing that today on Lotus.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I don't think DRX, I'm sure they thought they were prepared, but when you see 12 first kills coming out of PRX there, I think this was a large part of it. Every time they try to push onto site, PRX just stops, takes down at least 2-3 of their members. They're using all their util. DRX, by the time they get that post plant down, there's nothing to stop them. Nothing to stop PRX from going in and taking it back. Now, this is the first time we've actually seen Jet with something on this series, which is kind of crazy if you think about it.
Yeah, well, yeah, because we saw the Reyna coming out and then the breach, actually, yeah. So we're gonna take a look at his opping here, but what was really impressive to me was just the way that he's actually able to use his teammates' Cypher setups, right? So look at it from something's point of view. The trap's already set up, one gets taken out, and then he hides within his own cloudburst, in between the 2 cyber cages, and that just buys so much time where they have to get close to clear him out, right? I mean, yeah, they could try to spray every corner, but they need to try to get into the corners, but he actually makes it even tighter with his own cloudburst. I think he's just prepared with a shorty, but that just tells me that the practice, the reps they have, the one live match that they had, this is kind of getting used to the familiarity with saying, okay, these setups are for me. This is for Zeke setting up for me. I can use this to hold this site, and he successfully does so.
Yeah, I do expect we're going to see this kind of combo come up in the next map. Pearl also, this is where we saw this duo come together really well when something came on to Jet. Forsaken playing that flex role to support something, and they go in and they dominate. Now Jing, we saw his ACS was over 300. He was on fire, killing people with util. His gun, doesn't matter what gun was in his hand. Let's roll that clip and admire Jing.
Yeah, I mean, just the util setups here, the paint shells along with everything else being thrown out with the guiding lights, and then he's able to, he gets that kill, gets his ultimate, and he's like, huh, hold on, look at this toxic screen, guess what I can do? And it's just easy as that.
Mom, are you watching?
Are you satisfied now, Mom? And PRX bosses? No, Jing was completely and totally on fire in this. And I'm really excited that obviously we're going to have a map 4, but also that PRX is looking really strong and really on top of the game.
Yeah, we're kind of seeing what we were seeing throughout the later parts of Super Week, right, coming into the playoffs of PRX. That's what we saw during that Lotus. And quite frankly, I mean, I think Jing, just because of the impact his kills had, was probably the most important player on that map, but everyone was playing up to their potential here for PRX.
Yeah, they were really well put together. It's like they, you know, we've kind of passed them on the hallway as we were coming back here, and they just seem to kind of find their groove, their vibe. You can even see on the coach cam, Alex, we were all like, why is he laughing? He's like laughing every time there's a timeout, like making jokes with his team. So I think they're vibing right now, and this could mean we're gonna go to a full 5-map kind of day.
Hey, fingers crossed for that. I mean, I think it's definitely a possibility. And I think it's important to note, yeah, Alex looked so relaxed. The players, they looked a little bit intense at the start of that map, but as we got far enough along, they seem to also be kind of enjoying this. And so, you know, again, statistically, very tough, very rare to actually see a reverse sweep. But if any team could do it, I think it would be PRX.
Yeah, I mean, as Achilles pointed out earlier, right, it has not happened yet within VCT, within the VCT circuit, and if PRX can do it today against DRX, I mean, both these teams actually, right, that map 5 has eluded them in the past, right? For PRX, it was at the Grand Finals and Masters Opening. For DRX, it was twice, both at Champions and Lock-In. And curious to see if it does even get to that point. I mean, who's going to have the mental fortitude? But talking about that Lotus just a bit longer, because Paperthin had brought up, of course, so last night Team Liquid was playing it against Footballists. They're actually able to close it out. But a big difference there is the composition of their opponents, right? I mean, Footballists, they're running that Neon. They don't have something like the Raze. They're not really committing all their util early to take that space aggressively. They're trying to creep in, so then this composition of no flashes can also match that. They can just kind of creep in and go for aim duels. But today, I mean, it's Jing you're up against, right? It's something with the Jet, you got double duelist, and then they're setting up with the Sky as well instead of something like the KO. I mean, PRX is ready to fight at the beginning of every single round.
Yeah, I mean, it's something with that op in his hand as well. Like, the moment they try to do a tiny little peek, it's over for at least one of the DRX members, and they're already down 4. Now, we gotta talk about our key player. I feel like because PRX are so many good players on their team, we haven't seen Jing appear as their key player for a while, but he was definitely on fire for this particular round.
Yeah, I mean, Jing was just really... DRX off guard, and let's not forget, you know, the way that we saw map 1 go down, it looked like DRX had a real command of the defending side, and also looked almost like PRX on the attacking side. But seeing the way that Jing was able to come in here and infiltrate so many of these positions and cut through, whatever DRX had planned was really something to admire.
Yeah, I mean, even with the 25% first kills, I mean, he's doing his job, right, as one of those duelists. And I like that you pointed that out, Victoria, that we don't often talk about Jing. I mean, partly it's because something has really broken onto the scene, and Forsaken now going over to that flex. But we gotta remember, Jing might be part of that reason that they can continue this W gaming style, right? It's only because you have this extra player who can play these different duelists in something like the Phoenix or the Raze that the double duelist works. That allows something to now run free as well, and they kind of trade off, saying, okay, this time I'll be the main entry who creates space, you get the kills, and the next round we switch back and forth. That creates mind games for your opponents as well, and especially on the Raze, his movement is just so good for Jing.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, Jing's satcheling is really just one of the best here in Pacific. And that last map as well with something on Reyna, like you said, with them swapping back and forth, I think it really keeps people on their toes. And DRX, they're probably going to want to come back real hard on Pearl, but Pearl, both teams are pretty damn good at Pearl.
Yeah. Now, if you're a DRX fan, I think one intangible that you can hope for is Pearl was often that map 3 where DRX would get really mad and angry Buzz would show up.
Oh no!
And he would start, he would start fragging out. Now we gotta remember, those were when Fox9 was playing. Buzz was still playing the Killjoy, right? So now with Zest continuing, I presume, here on the roster, if Buzz is playing that Jet, I mean, is it Zest who's picking up the Harbor? You know, is it going to be RB? I mean, of course, we saw it yesterday as well, but if that continues in that sense, I mean, is Buzz going to be able to continue to put up the performances he has yesterday and today to really carry them to this victory?
Well, they got to make sure that Buzz can fill that role at this point in time. And you're right, it is a very different DRX coming in here with Zest here now and Fox9 out of the picture, but I don't know. I think this should be a pretty long, a pretty dramatic map here. Obviously, we know both these teams are extremely strong on this. I mean, fingers crossed we do get a map 5.
We know we're going to get a lot of duels happening on that B long, and it's going to be spicy. I'm expecting that Cascade, ops going, trading back and forth. And we're just going to see who the better sniper is on this.
Yeah, I mean, let's be very honest. Yesterday, even on Pearl, I think in terms of just Jet performance, Saya took the show, right? I mean, he had that one ace on Pearl specifically. Of course, Buzz was still kind of our MVP overall for how well he performed for DRX. But on Pearl, it was really the team coming together for DRX that was able to help them really push through to the very end. See if that, I mean, because here's the thing is that the whole Jet Phoenix thing, this is one of those conversations where everyone has a plan until they get curveballed by the Phoenix. Right?
Yeah, that's true.
And then you're like, okay, well, that's a little quicker than I remember it being when I was playing against it in solo queue. So I'm just curious, I mean, how how many opportunities do you get to practice against the Phoenix? Not too many.
Yeah, no, you're right. I mean, that's the same thing with Reina popping up. They're like, oh, there's a Lear. Like, why is this in a pro match right now? It's so surprising. But you know, that's SemperX for you. You know what? The first time we saw something, I'll never forget this. I feel like one of the most memorable moments was him on Pearl, Forsaken on Killjoy. I think you guys were casting that. At least Tasteless was, and it was just a phenomenal match. We might see that same PRX coming up. But before any of that, I want to say shout out to all the watch parties that are happening all around the world, especially in the region. We got Singapore. You guys are watching over at Dreamcore over there. We got Thailand. We got Philippines, and you know the rest of the region. I hope you guys have been enjoying the game so far. The stage, though, here in person, it is on parallel. The energy here is amazing.
This is the ultimate watch party here.
Yeah, I was gonna say, well,
what do you think about it? This finals is just one big watch party, isn't it? Wow. Yeah, let's see what exactly the team comp is going to be here for PRX. Again, they have a lot of their own ideas. Both of you were mentioning how Jing has been using Phoenix before. And, you know, it's one of these things where it seems like PRX, they really have found their own voice, their own approach to the game. Obviously, DRX staying with that Korean style, sometimes using a lot of these older comps. But if there's any tricks up either sleeve here for these two teams, we're going to see them right here, right now.
Did you see that girl sleeping in the back there? I'm like, are you not entertained?
No, it's a power nap. Yeah, she's recharging. Yes. And we are going to continue to see Zest on that harbor as we saw yesterday. I couldn't imagine that would change unless, you know, somehow Foxy 9 was coming back in. But it does look like, all right, no comp changes on either side, so just going with just the skies on both sides. And now this is the biggest difference, is that DRX is going for that Harbor Viper, as many teams have agreed upon here on Pearl. But PRX, because they're playing the Phoenix Jet, they continue to go with the singular Astra. And Forsaken, his lurks on the Killjoy can create a lot of space, but that Astra alone, how much can it do to combat? It's really going to be about how fast the Phoenix is able to push out for other parts of the map on defense, and then even on attack, how much the lurks can happen for Forsaken.
Now, we got to point out, DRX is currently undefeated on this map, so PRX is going to have to make history. What do they have in store for us here? It's got to be better than anything any team has ever brought up to DRX before.
Well, if there's one team that can do it, it would definitely have to be the Singaporean Malaysian.
Yeah. Absolutely. I mean, they clearly have the firepower to do it, and whatever strategy, I mean, I don't even know if we can even call it. They're calling, they're mid-rounding, they're IGLing. Who knows what's really going on with their comms anymore for PRX, but whatever it is working, right? And at that point, who can fault them for their style? Because that's what brought them up to the stage.
Their comms are probably just go. No. Anyway, we are going to go into map 4. I am so glad we've made it this far for Pearl. Let's go over to our casters, Paper Thin and 𝐿𝐿𝐼𝙔𝐿𝐿.
Thank you very much. We have a special guest on the mic here, KappA. Who's going to take this map?
Okay. I don't want to reveal it. It's a secret.
He's got a bold take. He's
KappA now. He's up there.
KappA. All right, there we go. Well, map 4, PRX, they've kept themselves alive with a very dominant performance there on Lotus. 13-3 on the closeout. But now we go on to Pearl, as Desperate is pointing out. Undefeated so far is DRX on this map. You're also questioning how often you get to play against the Phoenix on this map. I would say probably with some regularity, because these two teams have scrimmed against one another. They have been partners in that regard for quite some time, so they probably do have at least a modicum of exposure to this.
Absolutely. I mean, these two teams are ridiculously comfortable with each other, and that's why we're coming to this 4th map. That's why Ascent was so darn close. Yes, certainly 2 maps have been kind of lopsided one way or the other, but both these teams are absolutely insane. And there's that Phoenix you're talking about, the statue out in the back of the map. And so one thing here for the side of PRX, they're 4-1 on this map, so they are no slouches at all. They are really good at this map. Sure. The one team they lost to was Talon, and what's interesting is both times, you know, the one time they lost it was the Viper that was doing the damage. It was Cruz for Talon. So eyes on Mako, because he played out of his mind on Pearl yesterday against T1.
Was up top, has to tailwind away. Tag down to 65, no healing available for Stacks. Been buying into the pistol round. Shifts around into the hall. Another flash flying. Smoked off is Buzz as the Nebula gets raised. It's going to be the walls coming across from both sides. As Zest just looks to make this a little bit more unassailable, a little bit less desirable with that cascade. They're actually going to go ahead, turn tail, and full 5-man rotate back out of the site.
Ping coming down right by that alarm bot from PRX, so that looks to be their next target, but you can see that DRX is shifting some weight over towards that A side.
They're actually just going to pivot, go in towards the lane. Dash at the ready, something wants to clear this. Footsteps not going to be within draw distance there of Zest, so shouldn't have heard any of this. Nebula now, half cloud burst down, they hear that for sure. And Stacks sounds the alarm and says, guys, we've been had.
30 seconds left.
Love that from Stacks. Just get out of there, reset, wait for the rest of the team to get here, and then let's make a go at this.
कोई देख रहा है क्या?
Still quite a bit of utility for Zest here on the harbor.
5-1 in the pistol so far, so it still feels pretty damning for them to try to make this happen. Already 2 kills going to be found as 𝐵 and 𝐏𝐀𝐾 get dealt with. Buzz able to find 1, Stacks as well. Gets 1 for himself, but it's going to be Forsaken leading the charge with 3 kills here in the pistol. PRX now 6 in 1 in that regard.
Oh, a beautiful counter flash here from 𝐿𝐿𝐼𝐼𝐿. Really gives PRX the space that they need, the time that they need to come through and clean out that initial push from DRX. Yes, there's some pushback from DRX, again through the smokes. It's just ungodly at doing that. Just something just blasting, knows the angle so well.
Multiple times calling it easy, and I mean, we do have to remember this map in particular. You're talking about how there are no slouches on this. This is the map that particularly got 2 aces. Crunch coming through here and hanging long. Buzz will be able to finally finish off 𝐿𝐿𝐼𝐼 as he's just kind of existing inside of that snake bite for so very long. 𝐿𝐿𝐼𝐼, however, now with 3. And 𝐵 swinging around the backside of the box. Gets a headshot, gets 2! Can't get the 3rd. But damn if it wasn't close. So good damage is dealt at the end of it. That was looking precarious for a while, but they closed it in the end, and that's going to be a 2-0 start for PRX.
I mean, this is just phenomenal here from 𝐿𝐿𝐼𝐼, continuing where he left off on Lotus. Oh, so close, so close on that third
got the 1, 2, 3. That would have been absolutely disgusting. But even then, something still would have been standing on the opposite side of the map. But now, the buy-in play on Marshall in the hands of something still. As he moves on to the attack, pop flash out, traded on either side. Let's see if he uses this. He does. He puts one right into Buzz's leg.
That means Buzz has to come back to the healing from Stacks. Get up the fold, but now it's still body shot. That Marshall. He's done so.
अरे चल रहे 1 मिनट 18 सेकंड से.
A little bit aggressive on the angle. So far, see that PRX is being very diligent here. No super aggressive fast hits. They're really taking their time. They're trying to bait out rotations from DRX.
Yeah, they haven't gotten him yet. Jake gets himself situated, pop flashing around, and yeah, Stacks cannot get that hawk out fast enough. Buzz now eliminated. 5 members strong here onto the site with Zest falling. It's just 𝐿𝐼𝐼 and �ＲB who are going to have to stay on the A side. Hold on to those rifles and hug them dearly.
I mean, just beautiful flashes, like the desk was talking about. You're not ready. If you're not ready for those curveballs, they are absolutely destructive. And, you know, normally Stacks is the guy in that back hall trying to lock that down, and he's just quickly dealt with by Jing. So this time around, you know, in the pistol round, it was more of a feint with this long beat push. They kind of wrapped around and sent some forces into the link area, but this time around, it was just a full-on hit. Kind of just diligently taking space and then just really finding the right opportunities to land those flashes, land that utility. PRX going to find themselves taking the bonus.
Yeah. They're not going to over-pursue here on this hunt. Maybe Jing would really go sprinting for something, just given that he's 1 away from having the run it back available, but they decide to play it out cleanly, maintain the rifles, bank up as much as possible. A 3-0 start already, completely and utterly fantastic for PRX.
I have no idea.
Yeah, I can't say that I'm too certain.
I can't read that one fast enough. And the handwriting's a little bit small. So. Sorry, folks. My Hangul is okay, but flash there. PRX.
Now looking for this crunch again. Buzz dead off the rim. Now pop flash. Zest has managed to mow one down. Stacks swinging up from the back box. Will be good for two. Zest gonna hold the line. Knows that he's nearby. The wave comes up, and Zest will be good for the third as they get themselves on the board.
That's huge for DRX. Able to bounce right back, keep that economy stable.
Hello, Tarun.
They were out in the lobby. Take some pictures with them. Maybe grab Castabin, come take some pictures with you. You could buy the Castabin. I think he's sold out with Tactibear. Castabin, that upgrade, that's only for us.
Yeah, it only costs about $300 because they have.
मुझे लगता है 5th मैप में गेम जाएगा.
Yeah, he's a bit pricey. Yeah,
तुम्हें लगता है क्या?
For sale down here.
Something.
Oh, he's got that op.
Op in hand. And it looks like widely they are going to be reading this. They again apply pressure out.
हाँ ना कुछ बता दो. मुझे लगता है जाएगा.
Trailblazer as well, checking out across.
Wings 5th map.
Might have just been able to see Forsaken out of the peripheral vision. Eric cleared out. Mako looking around the corner, trying to see if there's anything there. Something. I don't believe he's had to fire a shot yet, so they might have a sense that this operator could be in play, but they don't have any kind of hard confirmation. Now they certainly do. Mako breathe a sigh of relief as he gets away with his life. They're looking for the jump in, and off the back of the Trailblazer, Mako is obliterated. Something in with a quick kill. Does get caught. Stacks rushing forward. Then she can find that elimination, and that's going to be that reckoning out in response. RB, quick peek on the corner. Shuts down the running back, cannot get the buy. Stacks, however, does find Chink. Just tucks in, Forsaken. Oh, but he picks up an line up for Stacks. A 4K to get them across the line and put a second round win on the board.
एंट्री मिलने के बाद वो हार्बर हल्ट की वजह से लोचा हो गया थोड़ा.
Great use of that reckoning. The Seekers as well.
लैग हो रहा है. पता नहीं भाई. मुझे तो लैग नहीं दिख रहा है किधर. आपका स्ट्रीम, आपका इंटरनेट का देख लो.
RB doing a great job locking that haul down. Had to switch Stacks out. It was a little bit too much pressure for him to deal with. Huge play. Reset right away there for DRX. You can hear the comms just. All right, go. Yep. That's a good guy for that.
Yeah. Still have this round to try to break the economy. Even then, still see some buys coming through. Not looking for the aggression on A. PRX, a little bit wary of that. Decided to just full stack up. Buzz now out into the open. Trailblazer leading the way. Goes in, and he cannot get that blink. Something takes his head off now, even if he wants to. Grab it. He's not going to opt for it, though. Just go ahead and hold.
आ रहा है.
बोविन किधर है? ओ बोविन. आवाज आ रहा है? हेलो.
आ रहा.
We saw it happening there on a set now.
Welcome back, KappA.
Hello.
From Forsaken towards A.
कितना बेचारा है, हंस रहा है बेचारा.
Guiding light just to confirm the box is safe so they can go for this lockdown indeed. Let's get this lockdown down and then try to crunch through Art. There's not really much there for DRX. So they're just going to try to see if maybe they can get lucky with a kick. Try to buy a little bit of time here and see if they can delay this plant.
Wall raised, but they haven't really made their way into the site yet. Something up on top of the box. Picks it out, but I mean, because of the Nebula, Mako actually does get himself in. Narrowly avoids having his head taken off. Playing out. Here's the default position. Divine has to back away. Takes so much damage now. Wants to go for it once again. The spam resumes. They find the elimination. Mako flipping the kill. Something as well going to be tagged down to 50.
अबे ये लोग क्या कर रहे हैं?
Swings around the back of the side.
एक और बैठेगा अभी.
Rid of Forsaken. With some covering fire. However, it does find Stacks.
Oh, Tenu. Oh, भाई हो गया. Freak भाई. क्या चापटी मारा तीन.
जब पता है उधर है.
चापा तो.
PRX will pick up a fourth.
Hey, Mind Freak's just turning from that position, and he's just too accurate. They can't displace him.
बैंक में बोलते हैं ऐसे निकाल.
Buzz just getting a little bit over aggressive. PRX, whether intentionally or not, they had a full stack there waiting.
बुलेट्स नहीं गिरते.
भाई वो लोग साथ में ऑफिस स्पैम करते.
हाँ वही साथ में करते.
Sick.
दो बंदे स्पैम के एक बंदा क्या ही करे.
Up 4-2. Now you've got the lockdown of the Blade Storm, so Buzz is going to pop those blades. Seeker's in a cosmic divide for Mind Freak.
Forward position. Chef close. Oh, did not notice the ponytail was out.
भाई देखा नहीं बज़ ने. 4-3 है क्या?
As he tries rushing forward, Forsaken shuts him down. Something gets the trade out. It's going to be a 2-for-1. The Seekers, even being committed, just want to spot where the 3 remaining players are at. RB will be found. Flash through, nanoswarms to buy them some time as the plant comes in.
Spike planted.
5-2.
Just curious if they're gonna want to use this lockdown. I mean, they got 2 guns there for Stax and Mako. So questionable if they're going to. Hawk to check halls, nothing found. Now the orbs start coming down here for the post-plant utility for PRX.
Get across, damage in, Stax tagged up.
फूटे भाई फूटे.
Doesn't go to half.
आगा नहीं हुआ नसीब.
Take it too low. RB in a panic.
नसीब half नहीं हुआ.
It's very swiftly dealt with. And as he tries to just go back in for a re-tap.
लेकिन ऐसा डिफेंस नहीं कर सकते जहाँ पे वो प्लांट कर रहा बाकी लोग फाइट ही नहीं ले रहा है. ऐसा कभी नहीं.
Heading out of here with a weapon retained, and with only 1 member lost, PRX will hold on to 4 and continue to bank up once more. Jing with 3,300, who can absolutely buy for Forsaken should it be necessary. And now it's a 3-round stretch lead.
This is just phenomenal teamwork here from PRX. Yes, a lower buy for the side of DRX, but they are doing a great job receiving any of this aggression that DRX is showing off the rip at the beginning of these rounds and dealing with it really efficiently. So now for DRX,
क्या लिखा है पढ़ा क्या?
to kind of pull back a little bit, start guarding the flanks of the map a little bit better.
पढ़ा क्या क्या लिखा है? क्या हरामी है भाई?
He does have the blade storm in the back.
क्या लिखा रे?
Now you can
Win
see
this for bench sky.
the extremities of the map.
Was just sights turn, dashes. Seems like they know that he's still in this forward spot. The Trailblazer is going to be used to try to clear him out. In the end, it's going to be roughly a stalemate as each team goes their separate ways.
Not much changes there. In the grand scheme of things, Buzz loses his armor. And that's the biggest difference, really, that comes out of that. Some utility drop across both sides. Oh, Forsaken.
He's jiggling the corner, but look, he's holding for this back approach, not for the close one. He'd have to snap up to try to take down Forsaken, who does hold that Vandal. Bit more kick to it. Oh, Buzz does manage to react in time. Lockdown, at the same time, going to be used. Goes over towards B. RB just dropping that one in heaven, making sure that they kind of have to go over to A. Flame wall in, flash out. Seekers trying to find something. Zest gets the cutoff though. Finds mind free, trying to push his way in through R.
फिर भी मार दिया भाई.
Something divides, locked into position.
This is very, very difficult now for PRX. Only 20 seconds to go, so they have to make this hit work.
Flash goes in, something trying to turn away from it, ends up being full blind. Will expire those, he swings out, Zest turning around. Just play off of that quite nicely, but kill found, no flawless tap on the plant. Mako will be able to finish him off, so 1 casualty here for DRX. They get themselves a 3rd round victory.
Dude, and the fact that Buzz wins that fight against Forsaken is, very difficult for Buzz to do, so hats off to him on that. But the immediate lockdown and then the Seekers to come out to make sure that they know what's going on in the map. They know that they can likely keep B pretty well unoccupied with that lockdown. Then they can follow the Seekers around and
कितने
find some
सेकंड
big
का
kills.
डिले
And you
पता
see
नहीं
the
यार
Buzz
मैंने
win this,
देखा
and
नहीं.
immediately the lockdown comes down. I love the protocols here.
और मैं भूल गया कहाँ से
to
दिखते
take map space and then be able to come from those different angles towards the A site.
Nebula pop, now dismissed. Something rushing forward, and this looks like it's just going to be a full send over to the B site. Mako has to drag back from the link. Something gets up on top of the screen, just peeking over the top of this flame wall, but takes some nasty shots. Mako trying to force him out of position. Cuss comes through. Mako, though, just helps to keep everybody protected. Jing ends up getting dropped. And the back away going to be called. PRX just pulling back, waiting, get some healing out. And look to creep back forward once more. It's hurt over the top. It's completely blocked, and now it's going to be cleared.
Didn't see RB. There's some shots put towards the screens here. They suspect that someone might have tried to sneak in off the back of those smokes. And now something exploring space here towards mid. flash from Stax is not going to find him.
It doesn't, but Stax is moving up, now sees him.
30 seconds left.
Pulls back, Trailblazer out. 𝐿𝙎 joining him. As the plant starts inching forward. Mind Freak just trying to join in. Opposite side of the screen right now. Shoulder to shoulder effectively with RB. Just doesn't quite realize it.
Yeah, patience here.
Shots in, something, through a smoke once more. How does he continue to do it? And RB, because of those shots, they knew where he was. He managed to find the kill. Trying to interrupt on the plan, says can't make it happen. Still doesn't manage to find something, but now Stax is going to be dead. And it's him versus Mind Freak, and Mind Freak comes out on top. And Buzz still rotating in. Now needs to try to identify just where this Astra is at. Push onto the corner, and Mind Freak with 3 gets the clutch. And doubles up on DRX's score, 6-3.
Just absolutely incredible what Mind Freak is able to do here. And I'm not exactly sure what happened with DRX, that they kind of lost track of the fact that someone could be pushing in through Link towards B site there. They just sort of let something come through for free. You know, they did a great job setting up the trap for the Killjoy, but then the Jet comes in from the other angle completely unexpectedly and just breaks things open and gives Mind Freak the opportunity to win that out. So it's actually going to be a PRX timeout.
I don't think it's too shocking given how it looked like the round was going.
20 seconds के आसपास से delay.
Mind Freak, we saw the snap there as we immediately went into the timeout graphic.
on top.
Clearly, Alex, even with the round wins, even being up double that of DRX, not happy with how close some of these rounds have been. So wants to call out, pulling out some things here to the squad to try to make this, you know, as dominant or as close to as dominant as Lotus was.
Absolutely. You want to just kind of put your foots down here, really send DRX reeling, go to that bind on a high note, see if they can get it done. Of course, the Vamos.
यार वो मुझे हाय क्यों बोल रही है?
बोल रही हूँ आपको.
Immortalized.
अच्छा नहीं देखो आप लोगों की.
With some post-game celebrations, of course. And look at this stack here from PRX. 5 over towards the A side, whereas DRX has gambled a little bit.
Well, that they have. Molly over the top. That's going to be a call at least for some form of reinforcements. It's looking like a 2-2 split to get themselves over to A. Buzz leading the charge. Rushing around in towards the spawn. Jingle, meantime, running back is there. He doesn't really care to eat this damage. Knows that he's just going to get that HP back at the end of it all. Up over the top, the shorty this time not going to be part of the kill. RB though taking it down to dangerous HP levels, and Forsaken will be able to finish him off. Spike, however, now straight to
Spike did it.
Buzz still on the flank.
Buzz का नहीं पता इनको.
Scouted.
Flank का पता ही नहीं उन्हें.
Unnoticed. It seems like he's unsuspected.
4-6.
Doesn't quite see anything though.
अरे
Mind
भाई
himself in.
ऐसा क्यों लग रहा है? बाकी लोग मर जाएंगे और बस
नहीं 4-6.
ऐसा DRX जीतेगा ये round.
अरे PRX जीतेगा भाई ये round.
DRX जीतेगा ये.
Once the guaranteed elimination. There's another there at main. PRX. I mean, they're basically just going to be stuck here, it would seem.
I mean, it's going to have to be a hell of a battle here. But they've been really good in these firefights.
Crosshair है पूरा.
85 on 𝐿𝙎, no armor to speak of. Out of flashes, and now Jing spotted. 𝐿𝙎 alone here on the site. Buzz, he's picking up top, but the full flash connects, and they know that he is right here. Default plant.
Buzz is back, baby.
Take him down. And off the back
of
PRX's timeout. They will be able to
वो तो
win.
DRX निकालेगा. वरना नहीं. 8-4 वो तो नहीं होगा.
Great stuff here from RB.
लेकिन ये round निकाला तो next round इको है वो लोग का.
In the dugout.
भाई नहीं रहेगा last
round. Buzz with that
something भाई के बाद live करेंगे तो घुमा देगा. के live तो इसमें insane लगते हैं भाई.
लेकिन attacking में बस का इतना अच्छा नहीं है.
Work his way around the edge.
ये game बस ठंडा पड़
जाएगा.
DRX
is doing. I like this change. Yeah. But I like this change overall.
लेके आ रहा है भाई. हम लोग भी 4 लोग.
Focusing on the extremities of the map.
Wall up, flash in, presence concerned. Confirmed from either side, but Buzz strikes first, finds something.
इधर भाग ही रहा है.
Jing going to be taken down. I mean, this is similar to the crunch that we saw them end the map with, end the series with on Pearl yesterday versus T1, but this time it's not going to be nearly as dominant. They get the singular kill, the heals will come through. It's just going to be a trade on the Jets at the end.
Some pings coming out here to watch through double doors and art. Make sure that the middle of the map Just been left unoccupied. You don't have all members of PRX accounted for, so you've got to make sure that that space is even taken in mid. It's going to be Stacks on the job watching it. Of course, RB has the turret in place to watch if they come through Art towards A.
It's going to be a weapon recovered, though. 𝐿𝐿 can get it. That's now upgraded off the Sheriff. Lockdown. Going to be used to try to clear the site. Obviously, just a sliver remaining in that back hole for CS to tuck into, but the Cosmic Divide as well being committed. It's just going to full sail exit the site. They have them completely locked out for now.
Marco's got his pit here. Is he going to throw it down on top and then work his way down? Oh, never mind.
It's not going to get the opportunity. Pushes in, looks for a kill. The Cove saving test for a moment. Forsaken also there. Manages to strike, push out, end up falling. Stacks finding the kill. A 2v3. Having the spike, and Jing with a headshot finding one. RB not going to be able to clutch it out. Jing will find 3, and PRX will get themselves up to 7, looking for the 8 and 4 half.
Unbelievable stuff here. PRX just doing a great job.
आएगा 5वां मैप.
Really disciplined. You know, this is a team that's known for their explosiveness, that's known for their go, go, go. And sure, off the rip, Buzz is able to shut something out. Then they take their time working through here, using these smokes so well. The Cove worked to perfection by Forsaken, and Jing has been absolutely just brilliant all day today for PRX. Despite the way that, you know, some of these maps have gone, Jing has been so strong. It continues to be. Those curveballs are so devastating. The quickness at which they come out from him, you know, just knocking Buzz right out of the round. This is going to be the pit invested for Mako at the front of B. Try to check into Link, B-Link, and yeah, they've got the info. Ooh, God, RB's gotta be so careful here.
Oh,
he hasn't seen him.
Yep, I don't think he noticed him. He's not gonna read this at all. Something right up on top. Takes him down. The Seekers now collected as well. Got a Trailblazer through, and this could just be a pivot completely over into the A side. Zest clears the turret, but now he is completely and utterly swarmed and surrounded. Swings out, but even before the curveball hits, Forsaken hits a bit faster. Buzz now locked into position. Gravity Well slowing him up. Pushes through the wall, 2 tucked into the right side corner. Spots 1, but does he suspect that Jing is also going to be here? Stacks caught from the lurk. The headshot comes in. It's just 1, and they need 4 more.
Pit is down, and he can't find the second.
Barely any damage on something as well, and as he comes bouncing around the corner, Buzz will end up getting taken out. It will, in fact, be that 8 and 4 half. Dominance here from PRX. Studying up on how DRX like to operate on this map, and so far it is working a treat.
Yeah, they're pushing and pulling the map so well. Showing a really disciplined look here from PRX. And then in this last round, they're taking so much space in the mid. So much had been given up by DRX. They weren't doing a good job throughout that half of really controlling the middle of the map, and it's tough when you're going up against a Phoenix to control the middle of the map. I mean, those curveballs are so dangerous. He's got so much utility that can really make it so untenable. Flame wall to cut off the angle.
गोविंद भाई चाहते कमबैक हो जाए, समझ रहे हो?
That wasn't the whole story there. It was
काम हो
mostly
गया ना
just,
इधर.
you know, PRX just kind of
5वां मैप तो देखने को मिलेगा.
So
देख रहा है कि किधर से देख रहा है वो भगवान जानता है.
मैं गेम तो देख रहा हूँ, कहीं से भी स्ट्रीम पे हो ना हो, गेम तो देख रहे हैं.
That's all that matters.
Is so brilliant.
हाँ.
Well, the map now in their hands, and given the record that we've seen, just a single pistol round win so far in the entire series for DRX. PRX can continue to scoop those up. And I think we are looking at game 5.
Pretty certain. Zest just said, he's like, let's just win the pistol and then it's fine. That's it. We're good to go.
Well, if it was as simple as that, they might have stumbled upon that reasoning a bit earlier on. It didn't matter too much, obviously, with them winning the first 2 maps.
Yeah.
But now with these last 2, it's Lotus now into Pearl.
But that's the only pistol. That's the only one they won.
Yeah.
It's wild to think. But now, you know, that's starting to hurt them. You know, that's essentially 2 more rounds you're dropping. It could have been a 6-6 half. Potentially, if you're able to win that pistol, who knows, maybe even better. But, you know, DRX has got to get these pistols underneath them. You know, if they want to end this series on this, not just this map, but, you know, to win this series. Because now you've got to start thinking, PRX has gone far. 3 halves. from potentially being the champions after DRX started out 2-0, finding that reverse sweep for the first time.
It would be monstrous, and with Bind on the horizon, I have to suspect that DRX would much prefer to just try to close it out right here, right now. As when these two teams played against each other on that map, it was very much in hand for PRX, a 13-6 victory.
Gravity well and a hot hands here to clear the back of pillar just in case DRX push forward. Instead, DRX has to reset, send out another cascade to try to attack this from a different angle. So the good news here for DRX is you eliminated a lot of utility out of the hands of PRX, but I don't think PRX is going to be super fooled by this hit.
Now the call for rotations will start coming in. Buzz just checking back screen. Sees that gun barrel. Shot down on Divide just through the corner. Gravity Well pulls Nest out of position. Still within the cove, however. Safe on the cover. Jing from Hall sprang out with that frenzy, desperately trying to find some connections, and the hold begins to happen. Buzz, however, interrupts it, but something responds. Nano swarmed for the delay. Spike not yet held to half. Zest playing close on the pillar. Stacks gone. RB and Mako finding one apiece. Now just one remaining. Be a monstrous clutch. Mindfreak, he's been good for multiple so far here in this match.
बहुत मस्त खेला भाई DRX ही रहा.
Tap onto the spike. They continue to spam through.
DRX या PRX?
DRX. अरे जब दोनों अच्छा खेले. जब DRX आगे आ रहा था, PRX ने वो reaggression मॉली फ्लैश के साथ किया, पर DRX पीछे हो गए सब रेडी होके. उसके बाद अच्छा खेला बहुत.
Pistol round victory here in the series. Now just 3 away from trying to tie it up.
Classic DRX.
Gun round decide करेगा
क्या है. Get the plant down. You know, they save so much utility. They bait out so much utility in the early part of this. You know, kind of PRX sort of maybe overreacting a bit to the early push out, the early smokes that DRX commits. And instead, you know, DRX pumps the brakes, just waits a second, says, okay, wait. Let's rethink this for a second. Okay, now let's go. Put the cove down. You know, I love the way Buzz plays that. Gets up top, watches for any pushes. Oh my God.
I mean, it's just classics in hand. Flash on the corner. A right click and Buzz. I mean, he just has to bail out. Chip down low. Heals are going to be available. But widely, PRX, even just with classics.
Flash dodge करने के चक्कर में पंची रिटर्न आ गया था.
Jing to try to fast track that next run it back. Oh, look at this. They desperately want to try to flush people in towards something.
Round 2. Fight. Maybe.
Bing by Panchi bhi return आ गया. कभी return आएगा पता.
Traded out. A little bit of jiggling. I don't know if anyone's behind the box, so they still have to clear close as well as back there.
Already return आ चुके हैं भाई KappA में. लो.
Even with the Trailblazer in hand, the push shot's coming in. Divine managing to find stacks. The answering fire, however, looking decent.
यार एक और blind help मिलता तो ये लोग मार सकते थे.
Trying to find a little bit more as Mindfreak gets himself tucked in behind. RB recovering the Bulldog, does not want that to fall into the enemy's hands. Double swing out, Divide will still claim him. And now they feel like they have to try to protect this gun. I checked before.
ये body मार के सबको लो किए जा रहे हैं.
Chip away at them. Looks like they will finally be able to shut them down. Something caught in the tailwind just to try to get over towards A little bit faster.
सब लोग एक bullet के हैं.
Marshall with these HP parts the way they are, he can absolutely do damage.
मुश्किल बहुत ही.
If not find a clutch. Cove up, spots one. Shot goes just right into the bubble. Mako now looking to get into his, I was going to say his post-plant position. He actually doesn't have any bites.
He's just full rotating here while the other two try to just buy time at this corner.
I mean, look, it's 2 Bulldogs and a Phantom left. Anything they lose after this, still going to be devastating.
Oh,
they will be able to hold on to it.
Comeback again.
Buzz getting the headshot.
Next round जीत गए तो comeback है.
Now 6 to 8.
ये round जीत गए तो comeback है.
Just such a funny exchange, you know. Both teams just kind of wanting so badly to push through A main there, fighting around that V-shaped corner. And PRX doing quite a bit of damage, but Zest coming up huge with 3 kills. Buzz able to avoid the Marshall of something. I mean, Saya yesterday, absolutely disgusting with that Marshall. Haven't seen the same from that gun from something today, but I feel like I'm talking about nothing sometimes when I talk about something. I just...
Oh, Zest.
Oh my God.
Okay, still somehow good for one, but the spike is going to be dropped. Buzz gets something to boot, so 2 kills found. Jing still playing forward. Knows that they have to come retrieve this.
मैं तो मारूंगा या तो मरूंगा.
So Stacks leading with the Trailblazer.
भाई हो गया
Holds it
कम
for now. Seems like he tried to
वो लोगों को पता है बिलोंग से आते जाते दो ही बंदे होते हैं।
forward. But Jing's having none of it. He says, you have to come to me.
Still got a hot hands here and a curveball, but he's just going to full retreat. Not going to use any utility. Try to delay this anymore. Kind of, you can see DRX is very cautious. They don't want to overcommit to an angle and just get blasted as they come through that door in a crossfire or something. So now space has been given. Jing.
भाई सबको फ्री वैंडल मिल गया।
Down this back hall as shots ring out from DRX.
If he finds anything, it's enormous value. Mako had to use a bite just to try to clear.
Oh boy.
Doesn't have that. Now he's getting buzzed. Down to 26. He used a hot hand, so he can't use it to heal himself. Forsaken goes rushing forward.
Oh, my
Stop. Just hearing the footsteps, getting the read.
साउंड करके रुक क्यों गया वो? 1 सेकंड।
Mind freak.
उसको लगा क्लोज डिफॉल्ट लेफ्ट प्लांट है।
हाँ वो भी था पर उसको बुलेट भी लगा पहला, फिर दूसरे में तो टकला फूट गया।
Crept up into the site, the spike out into the open.
Come back.
Post plant util to work.
भाई ऐसे कर सकते हो
he's not happy with what he sees, and he'll just go ahead and run away. DRX with 3 consecutive rounds.
साइड में कर सकता है आराम से।
हाँ और उन लोग करने देंगे।
This just feels like kind of a slow reaction from PRX. Where there's a lot of, it must have felt like fake, like noise being given over. Because there are a bunch of shots that rang out as DRX was approaching the site, and I was watching the map, and nobody from PRX was
चलो मैं चलता हूँ।
really until this plant was really coming down.
बुलावा आया।
Copyright. No.
उसको स्मेल आया लगता है।
The mouse is coming for us.
कुछ भी थ्रू मारा उसने कुछ भी यार।
एक तो इसी का जो मेरे को असली की लगी है पता है मैं कंट्रोल करके बैठा हूँ। ठंड के वजह से।
हाँ जाना तो मेरे को भी है।
हाँ?
एसी के ऐसा
एक्चुअल सच वाला बोल रहा लेकिन।
मेरे को भी।
तू चल रे। गोविंद पे तो भरोसा है।
भाविन पे भरोसा हो रहा है, मेरे पे नहीं हो रहा है। वाह।
पार्टी भी है क्या उधर?
आ रहा है क्या तू बैंगलोर से फ्लाई करके?
आ जा।
हाँ टिबोन आएगा क्या?
नहीं है अभी है उधर।
नहीं मैं पूछ रहा हूँ आएगा क्या तू? जान के क्या करेगा रे बाबा? हर वॉच पार्टी पे आफ्टर पार्टी होती है। नहीं जी की हर वॉच पार्टी पे आफ्टर पार्टी होती है।
टिबोन कितना बेहतर है।
मस्त है गाइस तुम लोग का। सारे फ्रेंड्स 90% फ्रेंड्स गेमिंग फ्रेंड्स उधर है।
Buzz up over the top, back towards the screen, has to exit. Big peek from Jing.
बैंगलोर में कोई नहीं टिबोन, बैंगलोर में सिर्फ आप और मैं।
भाई वापस 4 सेकंड में ऐसा पीक किया है।
कई लोग अपने बर्थडे को भी नहीं सेलिब्रेट करते हैं।
आप बड़ा आते हाँ? आपने तो न्यू ईयर पे भी डिच किया था। आपने न्यू ईयर पे भी डिच किया था याद है?
हाँ भाई तुम जा रहे हो।
अबे रहने दो, आपने बोला था आप और भाभी मंदिर जाओगे तो मैं मम्मी को लेके आती हूँ, बट फिर आपने मेरे को डिच कर दिया और मेरी मम्मी और मैं वेट कर रहे थे।
आपकी वॉइस ब्रेक हो रहा है।
Ducks away, the running back also available. Suddenly, this could very well be doable. The ult is out. The
hot end वहाँ के लिए रहता तो लग जाते हैं।
Oh, दो मार सकते हैं।
Manages to find one before they finally break him down. Something pushes up, finds one. The bite from Mako.
Excuse me.
But
ये राउंड आरबी का टीम था जिंग से।
This is a great round from RB. Until it wasn't, until he just whiffed on those shots against Jing. Comeback is real. Our buddy is very ready for that. He is ready for the comeback for sure. Facts. Nothing but facts on that side.
I mean, 5 HP, the difference maker. On that hot hands, he's still getting the full blind on 2 in the corner as they cower. Jing. While it might not be, the fanciest as far as numbers are concerned so far here on Pearl, the impact is definitely felt as the hot hands up over the top.
ऐसे क्यों वॉल दे रहा है बे?
और लेने के लिए
हाँ कंट्रोल लेने के लिए.
That's painful. Painful start there for DRX. Yeah, they get the orb, and yeah, they're setting up for this hit onto A. Immediately, the Sinkar's in response. Buzz dashes ahead of him. Dog is going to spot Jake.
Gets the catch, but the only person who could have tried to capitalize gets taken down. Now it's Buzz to buy with the crossfire out from Mark, finds that kill.
Oh my god.
Across it over for Sake, and opens up with the 𝐿𝙊𝙈𝙈𝘼𝙕. Something in the meantime gets the off kill. Move up to
चालू.
the edge.
DRX वो राउंड नहीं हारता तो भाई अभी.
Momentum and banking up a wealth of cash.
I mean, this is just a great crunch here from PRX.
bro. Hello.
Just reacting so well to the way that DRX wanted to hit
मुझे लग रहा है गलत टाइम पे चैलेंज दिया मैंने और भाविन ने.
Again, playing great off of contact, falling back
चैलेंज
right
दिया
away.
है.
नहीं पहले दो मैचेस हमने लिया था PRX आगे लेना चाहिए था हमें.
Giving them the time to make these rotates and making things difficult. So DRX, I think, needs to start spreading out a little bit. They need to start toying with different areas of the map. I know that's difficult to do. I know that's something that is uncomfortable because of how good
30
individual
सेकंड में कहाँ तक क्या आएगा रे?
हाँ यार वो भी.
You don't want to go those
30 सेकंड में तो मैच जलर में टाइम लगेगा बिल्कुल.
a lot.
क्योंकि मैच खत्म होने के बाद अगर सब लोग एक साथ लाइन लगा दिए ना तो लग जाएंगे देखना. हाँ
सीधा बोल देना मेरे को स्ट्रीम करना है पहले जाने दे.
Gotta start pushing and pulling it. Maybe trying to gain a little bit more mid.
वीडियो कॉल करूँगा टिबोन.
Work your way through
फिर वो लोग
the
देखेंगे ना.
a little bit better.
अबे असली वाला करना है ठंड में रे.
Especially when you're always scared of where Jake is going to be with that Phoenix. I mean, those curveballs come out of nowhere, and all of a sudden he's got 2 or 3 of your team blinded and a multi-kill.
Well, now, the first time out use here for DRX. This tournament looks to get them back into this game. Shorten the gap a bit more. PRX just streaking ahead. Still a plethora of money. 6,100 on Mind Freak, the AWP, the Odin. They can buy back all of these expensive weapons. Cascade goes first. Something tucking away inside of that cloud burst. Not going to be noted. Buzz kind of wary of this. Turk will alert. The wall goes down. So too does Mako. Great opening. And an exit there from Something. The Trailblazer will look to lead the charge. Still a good amount of util alarm bot as well as that nano go across. Buzz narrowly avoids getting his heels clipped. Lockdown going to be committed into the fight. Something just backs away. Top ahead of the plant now, coming in with just a couple seconds to spare. They have to make their way out of here. And will be able to do so. He gets sassy through the box. Now looks to the push. Curveball in. Buzz taken down. Pop flash, but you don't want to swing into an Odin. It stacks. He ends up falling as Jing collects two.
बहुत irritate कर रहे हैं इन लोग.
Throws the first swarm grenade. And then Something will take him out of the
operator.
in reply to the timeout.
भाई मेरे से तो नहीं हो रहा है, मैं जा रहा है.
PRX, they knock DRX back once again.
कोई तो चलो पकड़ के खड़े रहते हैं.
Flashing and pushing angles, and it's everybody working together in those moments. It's Something. He's doing a lot more than just go kill. I mean, yeah, he's good at that, but that time around, the timing just to get this shot.
इतना पानी पिया ना इधर, तो खाली करने ही जाना है. हाँ, वही.
तो ऐसा कौन सा पानी पिया जो जल्दी हो रहा है तेरे को?
But instead, it's going to be Something who has that window of opportunity.
Is that shot?
Just disgusting. He's absolutely disgusting.
Unbelievable.
Something बहुत अच्छा खेल रहा है.
He's just, I mean, ever since he came to this team, it has been like a breath of fresh air for them. Just, it is revitalized W Gaming. You know, it was almost like S Gaming, no. Now they're W Gaming once again, and this guy has been a huge part of it. Just phenomenal with the operator, the way he maneuvers on the jet. Once he gets on that jet, he's so comfortable.
Okay, pushes in. Oh, the dash right into the Odin. That's definitely not what you wanted. In the end, a trade, run it back, pushing forward. They'll hear the snap back. Jing, once again, out to safety.
From DRX. Look, they're spreading the map now. They're trying to figure out PRX's weaknesses, trying to get those picks, and if Buzz doesn't overheat there a little bit, might have been able to get away with it, but kind of panicked a little bit in that moment, and now they're kind of playing with the map, so it's making it harder for PRX to get those reads and make those rotates. And those seekers there.
Well, at least by Stacks.
Couldn't find them on the map. Now they went towards something. Okay.
They're on the hunt. Get cleared out. Flame wall raised. Nano trying to cut off that right side. I'd be surprised if Jinx pushes in ahead of it. Bite. Put up a little bit of damage, but before he ends up falling. Or getting a kill, I should say, on his chest. Then he gets taken down by Mako. 2v3. A lockdown still available should they even need it. Mako desperately tries to get the plan. 10 seconds remaining. Up over the top. And something on the They want to take us the distance.
Oh man, I mean, just beautiful holds here for PRX.
13-7.
Proper finals match है ये,
PRX is just
proper.
too tenacious. Divide through the smoke. I mean, it's just amazing. The way these guys know these angles and these timings, they feel that they have from playing just outrageous amounts of this game. It's a good question. We might not find out for a little while which team is going to win.
अबे वो smart fan में P और D दोनों डाल.
This DRX could pull off a miraculous 5-round recovery. And that's just to take it into overtime. Not even to win it. Something hits the wall. Tries to get a shot off there. Just playing off timing as best as he can. Doesn't find anything. They know that he's here. They back away. Reckoning, hit, both available. Former coming in as something. Han swaps over to the judge. Spray across, just trying to stop him from getting in. Stun goes in, still puts some damage on the Buzz, down 9 HP, but Buzz will be able to come away with that kill in the end. Cheats forward, gets the healing here from Stacks. Now the pit's going to be invested. It's everything in the kitchen sink from DRX. For good reason. Buzz around the back. Finding 3 again, worked low, covering 5. Takes out Jake. Suddenly Mind Freak in a 1v5. Even by how he's been playing on this map, it feels like it's going to be a bridge too far. He'll get the timing though to swing on, finds Buzz.
Op save कर ले भाई.
What a manner of finishing the map it would be if he could end it right here, right now. Shot so close to connecting, but in the end, we'll just grab the operator, make his exit. DRX as well, pulling away. They stay alive at least for another round.
DRX को बोलेगा end करने मेरे को मुझ से जाना.
Like you said, Achilles.
मेरे को भूख लग रही है. और अभी OT गया था.
हाँ, OT गया तो मेरा गोटी भी गया.
Phenomenal play from Buzz in the hall, but at the end of the day, still got to feel very confident with the way that PRX is playing. Good hit here. This time around, the flash is ahead of the cascade for DRX. So a good little adjustment to make sure that something can't get that opening pick and that DRX is able to get to that site with a lot more comfort. From today, she's not my sister. Is what it said.
Brutal.
Yeah, the rivalry here.
Again, cascade out. Heavy stack, forward pusher for PRX. Something on top of sign, but back pillar. Should be scouted. And yep, Divide. Now noted. It's going to be DRX drifting the opposite direction.
They're not interested in that.
सारे rotate करेंगे बे off के वजह से.
Unless this transitions into a link push onto B from DRX, this could still be catastrophic.
And I think PRX just realized what you were just talking about, Achilles, as they send Jing back to reinforce that area. It's going to be an art shift. There's a turret to play contact off of that. It's going to be the response from DRX.
Oh, the timing, Jing gets right up along the wall here, swings out, and he realizes that Mako's there. Faster than Mako realizes that he is. The headshot in, the Viper lost. Potentially the
तो यही बोल रहा होगा बस कैसे भी जीत जाती है रेस वॉशरूम जाना.
हाँ भाई. Something waiting, open arms.
अरे
cannot get the second, but still put some significant damage in. That Stacks will now need the heal. Something, how much does he want to greet at the shot? Just going right over top of Zest's head. Wall comes in, Cosmic Divide comes in as well, trying to cut them off, but they're already in front ahead of this one. The Odin unleashed shots going in. Stacks going to be taken down. Now he turns the spray over, looking for Zest, takes a low Divide. He joins it. They finally got 7 seconds remaining. Planted to the corner. RP now needed to clutch it out. He's out of time.
मारीना का साउंड इको हो रहा है ना। हाँ
Unbelievable. The way that these guys just bounce back from two difficult maps. And then they blow him out of the water on Lotus.
ये पहली टीम होगी ना जो अगर PRX जीत जाती तो पहली टीम होगी ना 3 to कम बैक किया होगा।
नहीं इसके पहले भी हुआ ना लाउड का।
हार गई थी ना वो। 2 हुआ था फिर थर्ड तो वो हार ही गई थी।
मतलब इसमें
कम बैक कोई जीत हार गई थी लेकिन VCT सर्किट